Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stream-A-thon. Happy 2-year anniversary of streaming. We have been bringing you gaming by, for, and with our fans. For the next 3 hours, you'll get to hopefully enjoy Dancing Queens, a theatrical one-shot in the system Glitter Hearts. Glitter Hearts is an action-packed RPG in a fun-filled world of everyday people who transform into powerful superheroes to fight off the forces of evil. I'm Janatee, or Jackie. I she, her pronouns. I'm Rem Alternus's fulfillment director and resident crafter, and I'm running your game today. I'm going to go around and have y'all share your name, pronouns, a little bit of what you're about. We'll introduce your characters later. Um, but Ava, would you mind going first?
Sure. I'm Ava Rogers. I am Rem Alternus's crowdfunding director. So, all of the Kickstarters that we've been talking about today, I am behind the scenes on every single one of those and more that we have coming up. And yes, it is as crazy as it sounds.
You touch them all, just a little bit of
Oh,
magic.
goodness.
Touch.
That's me. That's all my life is now.
And then Bex.
I do market research for Rem Alternus. I just joined the team not that long ago, and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, I forgot.
Derica?
She, her here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, her. That's me.
I'm Derica. I'm out here all the time. I'm Rem's uh, YouTube producer person, she, her. And I'm excited to play all the games. I told myself I'd only sign up for one, and I think I've got 3 happening. It's
You
fine.
do. You have at
One
least
already
two.
today.
How?
I have 4.
How
I'm
did
in
this
4. I'm
happen?
in 4 games.
And four.
You'll be seeing me a
I
lot
will
as well over
confess.
this weekend.
I will confess. I didn't bully you, but
I
I was
did
like,
tell
"Oh, come
everyone that you did,
on, you
though.
want to
Yeah,
play?"
I was
There
Okay.
was
like,
coercion
John
involved.
asked me for a third time, and I had to say yes. And then I took a personality quiz, and that's how I figured out what kind of ranger I am. Catch me at 3 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time, 12%.
Goodness gracious.
We've already devolved into chaos.
I knew
I mean,
this would
don't invite me on
happen.
your
I was
stream, you know?
expecting this. Well, before we devolve too much further, John, can you introduce yourself as well?
Sure. I'm John McDonald. He, they is pronouns for me. My characters often are some variant of they because genderqueer is awesome. If you listened in to the insight check that I did I believe I did that with you, Derica, back
Yeah, you did.
ages
This
ago
is one of my
before
first
the
ones.
pandemic. Yeah, it was so good. Then you'll know I'm a playwright, narrative storyteller. If you were listening in on Friday, I'm now host of Rem Chat's World Building, and I will be host of this is an exclusive, y'all. I'm bringing a trivia night to Rem Alternus where you can level up. And so, coming in a future Friday, keep your ears turned in. I'm going to be your trivia night quizmaster. It's all finally happening. I'm also a steady voice in the Alternia archives, both with Brutal Wrestling, which is back in the archives. Um, Saints and Sinners, the upcoming Christmas themed Twas, led by the fabulous Ava, who isn't just behind the scenes, but is in front of the scenes as well. And then becoming Mighty Morphin, which I will talk about again when you tune in at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern for the second Power Ranger Christmas stream.
That's
I
2
am
a.m.
also,
for me.
if I can, Janity, can I preview the giveaway? Since
Oh, that was my transition. That's why you're
Oh,
going last. Go for
okay.
it. Please share our giveaway for today.
So the first time we did a Kickstarter for Rem Alternus, I offered for the 100th person that I would send them a dessert through the mail, so something that can be shipped. And the person that won requested lemon bars, and they're still talking about them in Chicago, which is where they went. And so I am willing to make something a delicious baked good for the winner, whether you want a brownie, a Blondie brownie, Rice Krispie treats, lemon squares, something holiday themed, either for
The answer is
Christmas
yes.
or Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. I can do gluten free. I can do dairy free. I will do whatever free you need so that anyone can feel free to enter. Um, even if you want something kind of off the wall, if you like the idea of like if you want to see if an apple pie brownie is possible, like toss it
Ooh.
at me. Give me the challenge. I'm here for it. Or if you just want like Rice Krispie treats in the shape of bats, I can make that happen.
Oh my god.
So
I want those
yeah,
lemon bars.
I
I've
See,
would
heard
now
so
I'm
make
much
just
the
about
gonna.
them.
lemon
I
I
want
just
to
bars.
want
think
them.
up of
I don't
weird
mind.
brownies.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where I want to help you celebrate the upcoming holidays. And I want to celebrate magical girl transformation. So I'm ready to open up my brooch and like fly through the sky with my bosom out and just like make it happen. I'm here for it.
I
That may
love
be
it.
too much about my personal life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, if Adam Tots can make a comic about magical girl transformation when it's raining, I can talk about my bosoms being thrust forward for my transformation. You know.
Absolutely. Well, bosoms
Wild
aside,
energy already.
it's fantastic. I love it. I'm sure basically all of you watching are asking, how could I possibly win these brownie, Rice Krispie, apple pie, whatever is on your mind right now? So there
You can't.
are.
I'm sorry.
Oh
They're
no.
just going to me.
Erica's a liar, and I will tell you the truth. I'm here to tell you the truth. One, as Ava has already done, type hashtag RemPC into the chat. Is one entry. Two, 100 bits is one entry. One subscribe is 7 entries. And if you donate to the GoFundMe to help us grow, which I will stick in the chat as well, it is 1 entry for every dollar. Please do include your Twitch handle in your donator name. And please be present to win at the drawing of the end of this game session. We are wrapping around 7:45. So if you have to leave and you want those delicious brownies / apple pie bars / lemon bars, be sure to come right back. Also, while you're here, if you haven't already, please join our community on Discord. Follow us on social media. I like to think we're a pretty neat community of nerdy people doing cool stuff. All right, are you ready for magical girls and transformations?
So ready.
As Alexa says, let's do it.
All right, so fade in to a community theater program. It's printed on flimsy copy paper. It features a photo of one blonde white woman surrounded by 3 dadly figures. Above the photo reads Mamma Mia in a Microsoft Word font with Mia deliberately misspelled. Below the photo is a footnote which reads, not affiliated with the musical group ABBA or the musical by Katherine Johnson. Inside the program are a few advertisements for local businesses and a series of bios featuring the cast and crew of the production. And I will have you all share what your bios are inside of this program for your characters. Ava, tell us about Jamie Byrne. Take a second, you're all good. It builds the anticipation.
Sorry, I didn't want to cough into the mic.
Patient.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So Jamie Byrne's bio reads as follows. So it says Jamie Byrne, playwright, has had her work performed here at this theater, some of your favorites, including Pixie Memories, If You're Feeling Lovable, and Born to Chase Dreams. She aspires to have her, oh my god, words, script, Chasing the West, made into a major motion picture. And then it lists graduated from X university, Y year.
So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Next to Jamie in the sort of crew description is Quinn Harper. Bex, tell us about Quinn.
Quinn Harper is proud to return for her 5th season as lighting director at this community theater. She's worked on many past productions with the company, including Scam-A-Lot, Legally Blonde, not the musical, and Pixie Memories. She graduated from a college last May with her bachelor's in psychology and a minor in theater design, and is in her first year of grad school for the same. In her free time, she enjoys paper mache and playing with her hamster, Steven.
Aw. The camera pans from like the crew side of the program briefly over to the cast side, where Derica will tell us about Sam Maxwell.
Yeah, Sam Maxwell's bio is weirdly familiar, as Sam has clearly never written a bio for a show and just kind of leaned over um, the shoulder uh, of our castmate here. So Sam says Sam Maxwell is excited for their debut on the stage. They've worked on no past productions, including Spam-A-Lot, Legally Blonde, Not the Musical, and Pixies. They graduated last May with their bachelor's in applied physics and is unsure what to do next. But this theater thing seems fun, so maybe starring in that one by Alan Minchauser or whoever is happening in the fall is a good idea.
I love it. And our
Ooh,
final
dragon.
crew member of the evening is Jack Cassidy.
I'm kind of sad I didn't hear any of what Derica said because it sounded hilarious. Based on everyone's, kind of sad I missed it, but it's fine. We'll figure it out as we go along. I hope that was a glitch in like a Discord thing, so I'll be able to hear you later. So Jack Cassidy is an esteemed costume head designer for both the local theater and the local university, Starlight University, we're going to call it. And they won a local Tawny Award, because it's not a Tony, it's a Tawny, for their work on Hedig and the Angry Millimeter. And also, for some reason, for Starlight Peppermint Express, which is the one show they really hated and hope to never do again. Their favorite musical is Phantom of the Opera. No judgments from the audience, please. And Anastasia, because it has their favorite quick change in all of theatrical costuming. And Junior Mints. If you need to bribe, by the way, it's Cassidy. It's like Cher or Prince. It's one word, Cassidy. And if you want to bribe Cassidy with good feelings and not get in the way with your lighting, Junior Mints is always a good way to go. Love a cool, refreshing Junior Mints.
I love it, and I cannot wait to get to know all of these characters even more. Right now, Jamie, Quentin, Sam, and Cassidy are gathered around a table at a pizza place eating together. It's like an hour before call time. What do you all look like? Like, what are your physical appearances? What are you talking about as you're chilling around on this opening night of all nights?
Go in reverse order because I don't want to go first again. I gotta figure that out.
You've done plenty. John, what's if for there's a small boy eating a personal pan pizza in the corner and looks up and sees you. What does he see? What do you look like?
So Cassidy is actually probably very scary to a small child because I'm a little older. I've been doing musical theater for a while. If I wore a top hat, you would swear I was the guy from Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh my God.
But it's just because I have a very serious face. I can't help how God made me. And it's one of those things where, like, I've just been in the theater world for a long time. And because I'm a behind the scenes person, like, my personality isn't necessarily Zako. A little quieter. I'm very studious. I probably actually brought a costume with me and have like an extra chair, and I'm actually like bite of pizza fixing something, pipe hands, bite of pizza fixing something, and you just hear me mutter the word seam about 4 times. Seam about 4 times, and I've been around the block. The first production I ever did was hair, and there weren't as much clothing for that because they were like naked for the first 3 scenes. But then they needed clothing, so eventually there was clothing. And I'm very highly regarded, so if I'm angry, I've earned my right to be angry.
That's Cassidy. I love it. What does Sam look like? What are they doing?
Yeah, Sam, they have really long dreads, but half is shaved. So you've got like the shave cut hair and the long
Mhm.
dreads here. They're currently just talking with everyone around them, and just like telling a story probably, of something that wild that happened in their life that's really interesting. And um yeah, they're like, yeah, and then all of a sudden I like showed up and I was like, hey, I don't know what's happening here, but I saw there's like tryouts or something, and they were like, you could be the lead, and now I'm playing like one of the dads in whatever this thing is we're doing tonight. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
So we've got a sewing costume designer, a slightly out of the loop star. Uh, what is Quinn doing?
So I think you
And what do they
see
look
sort of pans back towards the back of the theater and you see someone exit the lighting booth and it's Quinn. She's got her hair in sort of like a low pony, sort of mousy brown hair. Um, she's got sort of a grayish purple hoodie on, looks pretty well worn. Some dark skinny jeans and some sneakers, and she's just making her way down to sort of join the group as they've wrapped up this last thing they're doing. Um,
I've got a
and
slice of pizza like on a paper plate, just like as you pass by, because I know that you've.
exactly.
Aww.
And I just glance over and I'm like, lovely work, and I just keep going. And you can see her eyes sort of scanning the crowd of people, seeing who's up to what. You can kind of tell she keeps her ear to the ground. She's got a lot of time up in the lighting booth. She just tends to see what's going on. So she goes and she sort of leans against the wall and just observes the crew, sees how everything's coming along. Oh, those props are not back where they should be yet. Okay, I'll have to talk to someone about that at some point. Oh, I'm noticing there's a tiff over here. That's interesting. Note for later type of thing. Um, yeah, and then I think at one point or another, Sam waves and she waves back, and she's just hanging out, seeing what's going on, planning her next thing she's got to do, going over some lighting cues in her head. And then she takes a bite of the pizza.
Of course. Multitasker, as we've
Mm.
established. What does Jamie look like, and what is she up to?
So Jamie she's about average height, 5'6", 5'7", fairly thin, very, very pale skin. And she's got dark hair that's cut in kind of a bob, but it's longer. It's one of those that's longer at the front and then kind of goes shorter as it gets into the back. And like it's dark, but the bottom half is like this teal color. And it's very faded because she hasn't done the color touched up the color recently because she's been so busy. She's currently eating a slice of pizza, trying very, very, very hard not to look at Sam as they're telling the story of how they got the lead role and just steadfastly not.
Yeah, so I've been reading the script like crazy, and like I'm still not sure what the story is, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's set in Greece. It's pizza. Never mind. No, I look over at Sam and go, "Wait, Sam, is it set in Greece? Because I know there were rewrites. It's still set in Greece, right?" Still got those
Jamie,
costumes, right?
that's probably a question for you. Not that I don't know. It's just you wrote this, so are we in Greece?
Yeah,
Mm.
we are
Yep.
still in Greece.
Yep, we're still in Greece. All's good. All's good.
Good, because I'm not making new costumes in an hour. Never doing that again. This isn't the Music Man. We're doing things right here.
So
I think Quinn walks over to Cassidy and is like, and thank God it's not the Music Man. Oh, that was a whole production.
Talk about pick a little, talk a little. Jesus. Ensemble show for 30. What were they thinking? Everybody needs different costumes.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on the lighting. They want to just add in like 15 cues a day before. Who's going to do that? Me? No.
Mood lighting for Marion Prue. Everything has to be purple because she's feeling
Absolutely.
it. That was just, you put her in a gray dress and then you have purple lighting. What did you think was
Thank
going to
you.
happen? Oh,
Exactly.
so. Good thing we're good at our jobs.
Papa, the proprietor of Papa's Pizza, walks by and just says, "Well, you're good at your jobs and you order a lot of pizza, so you're always welcome here." And like goes down into the back to be the cameo from a random star.
Does Papa's Pizzas have like stars from local theater like on their wall, like Brown
Absolutely.
Derby
They are
style?
very proud to be the sort of like de facto place for the Alternus
The
Theater.
cast and crew.
And they do have like all of the longtime like cast members like kind of ridiculously like posing in their like lead role costume, like about to eat a slice of pizza with Papa, who's like maybe 5'2", standing next to him, like with a big old grin on his face, who just happened to find an excellent market in theater kids who forget they need to eat.
Which is all theater kids.
All theater kids. Yeah, he just should have
You
said
gotta
theater
take your
kids.
break, push you around. You gotta be like, this is union. We're taking a break.
Sam's on their
Line.
5th slice of pizza. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, yeah, you just learn the lines, you do the play, you eat the pizza. It's easy.
The little kid in the corner is looking at you like you are the coolest person alive. And it's like, are you gonna be on the wall someday too?
I don't know. It depends on how this goes, right, Jamie?
Quinn, do you have any aspirin?
Yeah.
Oh,
let
I've
me
got
get that.
some. Want some? Here you go, buddy.
That vein is back. The
Thanks.
vein on that side of your neck is back. Not
You
helping.
don't say.
I don't say.
Who approved this bio?
Hmm?
Nothing. It's
My
fine.
bio?
There's a program that is being used as like a coaster for one of the drinks on the side of the table, and the bio is prominently featured.
Yeah, thanks, Quinn. By the way, I kind of used yours as a template for mine because I'm not really sure how these things go.
Yeah, for sure. Just as like a pointer for later, if you decide to continue with this, maybe don't include productions you haven't been in. But other than that, like it's a
Oh,
pretty good bio, and I know that because it is mine.
yeah, for sure. And I like pull out a yo-yo, and I start doing tricks for the kid and teaching the kid how to do yo-yo tricks. Just like this is walking the dog. It's pretty great. It's my favorite one.
My God.
And of course, they're the one that gets all the attention because they're at the front of the.
I am going to
Just
have
muttering
you,
to
Derica,
herself.
Oh no!
do our first roll of the game. It sounds
No, I don't
like
like backing up my cool things as a roll.
to convince someone that you are extremely cool.
Oh yeah.
So to charm, threaten, or coerce, I'm assuming this is charm, please roll plus emotional.
Hear me out. I get +1 to acting in front of friends. So would I get +1 to this roll using my
Yes.
admiration moves?
You have acquaintances nearby.
Amazing. Okay, I'm rolling emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I get a +3 to this roll. That is 6 on the dice, so that's a total of 9.
So in Glitter Hearts, 7 to a 9 is a mixed success. So for convince someone, it means they'll do it, which I'm assuming do it means believe that you are cool, but only if you can reassure them through action. And I will count your cool yo-yo tricks as said action along with your words of your story. And this kid just goes like, "Whoa! Is the yo-yo a part of the play?"
I bet it could be. I'm thinking maybe no. Probably not. Probably not part of the. Probably not part of the play. Although I bet we could figure out some really cool ways to use it if we wanted. No, it's looking like a no.
Ignoring all of the rest of you, this child just looks at Sam with like glowing eyes and is like, I want to do theater when I grow up.
I wouldn't if I were you.
An adult woman who looks to be one of this child's parents just sort of glares at you for crushing her child's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, I mean, have you considered maybe doing like tech? It's really cool. It's like theater also. It's just as important.
Yeah,
So what?
that's a
what
good
is
idea.
a
I might
tech?
try tech for next
So
time.
like, you know how like the stage is all like bright and how there are like costumes that happen that aren't people's regular clothes and like props and like kind of everything about theater that makes it good. That's what tech is.
Oh. So you don't just go and find pretty costumes?
No, actually, Cassidy, hey, give him a smile, Cassidy. He makes all these costumes. Sorry, they make all
Instead of smiling, Cassie just picks up. They're like making like a 70s style vest
Oh
and like
yeah.
turquoise blue, and it's got like a boa outline on the edges instead of a collar. And it goes, "This, this is the world of costuming. Want to try it on, kiddo?"
2 pizza grease covered hands
these.
reach for the
Oh
vest.
no!
It's pizza grease; it'll come out.
Oh no!
So this child is wearing a vest that is clearly meant for like an adult sized person and is just like beaming when the door there's a little bell on the door that goes diddling, and you see 2 fairly out of place individuals walk in to this establishment. One of them has a monocle, suit, and a jet black bobbed hair, who is like swinging a cane around. And one of them has long, perfect curls and a party dress on. And they walk right up to the table where you all are and make eye contact with Jamie. And the individual with the monocle, you see their cane has like dandelions carved into it. And they like wrap their cane on the table, sort of calling for quiet. Uh, and the kid sort of like goes, and like panics and runs back, vest on torso, to his parents. What do you do?
Are you ordering us around?
Jamie, I
They
think this phone's for you.
She's just waiting for them to speak.
they adjust the monocle. I am not ordering you around yet, but I am about to. By the Beaumont Bunch decree, you are no longer allowed to conduct your little performance tonight. Um, there must be a stop put to it. We're very sorry.
And how are you going to enforce this?
Well, first question is maybe why? But then that one. That is also a good question.
There are forces more powerful than you in Empire City, and you simply have to submit to them. Do you not see the wax seal? And like
I
shoves this paper
Jamie
in
just
your face.
like
I
snorts.
there. So this is a classic Italian restaurant. So it has one of those like things with the little candle on it inside the little red thing, right? Does it
Yeah.
have
This
this?
is
Oh,
So
100%.
so it's paper, right? So like
Oh yeah.
I just casually lift up the kind of candle thing, making sure it doesn't get in anyone's face too much.
Just
It's just
barely
like,
looks up from the sewing.
yep, and then right back to the sewing.
Iconic.
This bespectacled individual looks aghast that you would dare. The wax of the seal sort of drips onto the table and becomes indistinguishable from the tomato sauce.
I worked
And
at
just
Play Michelle for 3 years. You don't scare me.
listen, there's no inspiration in this game, but if there were, um,
Too real. It's too real.
And the individual in the party dress, which kind of looks like an upside down tulip, says, well, I'm afraid if you're not going to comply, we have indeed been sent to how do you say it? Make you?
I don't know what century you walked out of, but that's not how it works here and now.
If that's
Yeah,
how
like
it's
you didn't
going
even
to
say
be.
please. How are you gonna get people to listen to you?
That's not even a period accurate costume. Like what is this? What is this, Netflix? Like what era is this
It's
costume?
the like Bridgertoniest dress that you've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what do you've got kiss curls going on under there? What are you doing? 1980s hairstyle with a 1700s outfit? Get out of here!
You
How
just
And your
destroyed this
eyebrows.
person. Who
I
are
don't
we
see
gonna
no
fight now,
freckles on.
John?
What
You
is
just
that?
destroyed them.
I know.
Burned to a crisp.
So in the game of Glitter Hearts, I, as the game master, have a couple of moves along with your moves, such as convince someone. And I'm going to attempt the move inflict harm, as this person's like dress like poofs out and an angry burst of seamstress pins.
Yes. By the way, my magical archetype is the warrior with I'm your opponent as my thing, so I was probably going to pull this focus anyways.
Oh, definitely. They came in here, were like, hey, please don't do this. Here's an official document. You burned
They didn't
the
say
document,
please.
insulted their appearance and everything else about them, and we're just basically like, no. So
Point of
yeah.
order, roll the tapes. They didn't say please.
This is my Mama Maya production that I'm part of. No one messes with Mama Maya. Yeah. Did we go with Maya? Is that what we
It's
went
still
with?
pronounced Mia. It's just
Oh,
so
okay.
it's legally distinct from the other
like
Mamma
a little
Mia.
umbrage over the eye.
I think
It's not
Cassidy's
like the
confused
ICF thing
because
going on.
Sam has definitely been calling it Mama Maya this
The
entire
whole
time.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, and she definitely was like, "That's weird because the song goes Mamma Mia, so it's weird that we call it
Oh my
Mamma Maya."
God.
But whatever.
That's delightful. I have rolled a 7. So on a 7 plus, these pins stick not in and let me know at any point if you need to sort of retcon this, not in any like faces or important organs, but like one of them sticks in someone's shoulder, one of them sticks in like the side of someone's elbow. Cassidy, you are like one is in your mouth and like sticks to your hand that already has like a bunch of little scars on it anyway. And each of you take 1 point of damage from this individual we'll call Tulip for the Tulip dress.
Hey, why? That's uncalled for.
And actually,
Please stop.
Don't do that. Actually, consider not. Because I rolled a 7, you all will have a chance to, like, if you wish to fight back in this scenario, you can do damage equal to you don't have any weapons revealed right now because you are civilians, but you can do damage equal to your physical stat if you want to, like,
Dang it. My physical stat is 0, but I want to hit him with
I
the
can do
yo-yo
magic.
anyway.
Yeah.
I can decide that you do 1 damage if your physical is 0, and I will decide that because you hitting this person with a yo-yo is extremely funny.
Thank you.
So it just goes like clunk on the ringleted head of Tulip, who looks shaken.
Yeah, I think Quinn stands up and just like shoves her. Like, back off. And she has a 1 physical.
Okay.
I actually oh, go ahead, yeah. Let's do that.
So that would still do 1. I'm counting for Tulip.
I actually take the one out of my mouth and I go, "What part of Worked with Lay Michelle do you not understand?" And I just aim for like the side of the dress to like take off this like stupid frill that doesn't belong in the period of the costume, and it just kind of slides across.
Look at
Oh
Jamie.
my
Is Leah
God.
Michelle the one that's really good at reading?
The
No,
opposite.
she's really bad at it.
Oh.
So close, Sam. So close.
So close.
So this pin like rips exactly along the seam, and this ruffle like cascades to the ground. Is this you trying to make a point or like damage Tulip's psyche or both?
Both. It's hot is what it is. I'm doing the most, and it's very hot.
Listen, this is your character. I cannot say no.
I mean, you can, because otherwise
If
I'm
you
just gonna
say
run
you're doing
wild.
this,
I'm doing the most, and
Yeah.
it's hot.
So it's kind of
Canon.
like
first quote of the session.
she reacts so much to the costume being inaccurate. Like she was so indignified about the thing that she's wearing. So like this is just like, no, I could make it better without doing anything. And just by taking the ruffle off,
Actually.
it looks more elegant. And it's just like, so yeah, like you're gonna stick pins at me? I'm a costume designer. You know how many calluses I have from pins? Big whoop.
I love it. Cassidy, unfazed. Jamie, you have just been told what's what and then poked with pins. Are you going to try and get back at this individual?
I'm not a fighter.
It's true.
You can
And
do
the
magic
people
even
in
though
this
you're not
pizza place are
transformed,
like,
right?
what are like, this is the new thing that's happening. Everyone is turned. Someone has a phone out, like as this like dress shenanigan goes down.
So, stop me if this is too much, but because I can do magic, I don't have to be transformed to use my powers.
Okay.
Because that's, as a true believer, that's the power I took, is I can do magic.
Yeah.
So, using the connection that I have with the dark, I don't know how else to put that.
The dark. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So like the room dims, even though the lights are on, the room just kind of dims and the shadows deepen. And she uses that darkness as a sort of distraction as she leg sweeps Tulip.
Oh my gosh. So the lights like they dim, not flicker, correct?
Mm.
They dim.
And it's not even like the lights are still on full force, but it's like the
there
light
is a presence
isn't
that is
reaching.
darkness.
Yes.
That's awesome.
This is just like that matinee again.
And you leg sweep Tulip. And she hits the floor quite hard and takes damage. The skirt just sort of like looks very unelegant as she falls
And
to
then
the
she
ground.
plucks one of the needles out of her shoulder and just kind of like flicks it at her.
Ooh.
Just to add that on top.
And the individual with the dandelion cane like slaps it against their hand and says, "Well, that was very rude of you. This is your last warning."
Too bad for you, isn't it?
I'm gonna throw a slice of pizza at his face.
It's yo-yoing.
So, are you in throwing this slice of pizza? Are you trying to? I'm assuming this is not meant to cause damage, but to just be like, no.
This is both a no and also attempt to start because this is actually so Cassidy has realized this is actually a dangerous situation for a lot of the
Yes.
people in this, both cast, crew, and there's a kid in this restaurant. Papa's here. This stuff needs to go outside, if not away.
Mhm.
And so this is partially about starting a food fight. This is partially about disrupting him. This is partially to give other people a chance to get out.
I really like that. Thank you for having all of that. Um,
Well, I'm
able
the
to,
warrior archetype, so that's what I do.
of course. So as this cane is being tapped against the hand, a slice of pizza like perfectly falls on this individual's face and starts like
And it was like
flushing
mushroom and
down.
olive, so it was like a full slice that no one had
Oh
touched. 'Cause it was
man.
like just
I
Yeah,
eat it.
not
no
toppings
one.
people generally like on pizza. So it was like it was a full slice.
And as this pizza is sliding, one of your castmates, Mary, who plays Donna, just sort of like uh shouts, takes a slice of her pizza, and like runs over a Tulip who's still on the ground and out the door. And some of the other cast members, the rest of the dads follow, um, as they take advantage of someone mean is here. People have been hurt, and call time is in an hour, so I'm out.
That's what the lights meant. That's call time is in an hour. That's like a theater thing.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's so funny. Okay.
When lights flicker in the lobby, it means it's like an hour to 10
Yeah.
minutes before call time.
Yep.
That's like an
Yeah.
actual theater thing.
That
So
is
it's like a
more like when
Pavlov
intermission is
response.
happening.
It was like the Pavlovian response, like, time
Like,
to
"Oh,
go.
take it, we
We
gotta
got
go."
to go, kids. Time to
So
go.
good.
Oh, that is excellent. I love that. But as people are flowing out of here, um, Dandelion, the person with the cane, grabs the kid by the scruff of their vest. Um,
I would like to make a move.
Tell me more. Tell me
I
more
would
about this
like
move.
I would like to try to touch their heart. And cuz they grabbed the kid and I have a soft spot for this kid. We just bonded over yo-yo tricks.
It's true.
So I think um I would probably say, listen, at the worst, right? We at least can agree that we all have like respect or whatever for this theater stuff. So we wouldn't want to do anything to harm that. And this kid here is the future of theater. So you don't like let the kid go and we can talk about this.
All right, roll to touch their heart. It is also a plus emotional.
That is a 9. Do I get my admiration? It's the +1.
To
I'm
what
acting.
plus?
It just says acting in front of friends. I don't know if it's acting like acting or acting like doing anything and my friends are around. It's on
It's
page
probably the
22.
second because this is not a specifically
Right,
a
that
game
was my
That would
specifically
be
thought.
tailored
really weirdly
to
specific.
That would be
acting.
so strange.
Acting.
Yeah, so it's plus emotional when you're acting in front of friends, then yes.
Okay,
Thank you for
well then
asking.
that is a 10.
That is a 10. So,
Yes.
Dandelion starts to um look taken aback, and the arm holding the child sort of lowers a little bit. Everyone on this team will gain a +2 to actions against Dandelion, which ends if the target takes damage. And Sam, you now have a competitive relationship with Dandelion.
Amazing.
So Derica has touched their heart, and you all have +2 until damage is taken. What are the rest of you going to try to do?
Question. So I know there are obviously we have the basic moves that we can do at any time, but for my everyday identity, can I use that move too, or do I need to be transformed to use that?
Your everyday identity is who you are. So I would Yeah,
there's
you
a
can
move-
use them.
Amazing. So I'm gonna try and use the move I Know What You Did, to see if I can gain any insight on this guy and what their motive is, any juicy bit of knowledge.
Tell me what I Know What You Did does. I love it.
Okay. Basically, I roll plus mental, and on a 10 plus, you tell me something interesting and useful about them. On a 7 and 9, you tell me something interesting, and I make it useful. Obsessed with learning more, and I don't know anything
Yeah.
about
All right. Well, please do this. See,
Perfect.
dive in the depths of Quinn's knowledge and see.
Yeah, I want to know. Okay, and do I get a +2 because of the touch their heart?
Yes, because it is
Incredible. So that brings it to an 11.
an 11. And remind me
Oh,
what it does
yeah.
on a 10 plus, if
10
that's what
plus,
breaks
you
down.
tell me something interesting and useful that I can use in this moment.
So you sort of like mentally remove the monocle from this individual, and you know that you've like seen this face before. You don't remember like what production it was, but you were going to do research for some lighting at the Beaumont Theater.
Mhm.
And this was one of the like minor extras on stage, but you remember because they just like could not figure out how to stand in the right spot for the light to hit them.
Sure.
But they are one of the performers at the Beaumont Theater a few blocks away. And now that you think about it more, has never quite had their chance at stardom.
Mm. Yeah, I think in her brain, she's like, wait a minute, I know you. You're a little to the left guy. You're the guy who always needed to be a little to the left of where he was. What?
Happens every night.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, and I think she just stores that away to be like, he's jealous.
And now a little to the left guy has come to stop your production.
Yeah.
Somewhat less confident than they were mere moments before.
Doing a great job of it, Skippy.
A little mushroom falls off the side of her face.
Yeah, so I think Quinn tucks that knowledge away and is like, just says, nice to see you again, as he's just on the ground covered in pizza.
So one is on the ground, Tulip
Oh,
is on the
yeah.
ground, Dandelion is standing up with the kid, but looking
Yeah.
unsure.
Oh,
You've
And I think
is
she
still
just,
holding the
can I
kid?
pluck the monocle off his face as I
yes,
say that?
I think that's a
Just
good touch. Like,
nice to see you.
it's you.
The
Were you gonna say
reveal.
something, John?
So Dandelion's still holding the kid.
Yes.
That's a problem for me. I would
Oh,
like to move
no.
and slide up and get between the kids, so like she's essentially forced to let go of the child.
That sounds like you are trying to protect someone.
That sounds like something I would do begrudgingly.
So roll plus persona, please.
He might still be wearing your vest, so maybe you're protecting the vest.
I'm protecting
Oh,
the kid
yeah,
and the
that's
vest.
so
Both things,
funny.
both things can be
Ah,
true. Okay.
We all assume
we're
it's the
doing
best,
here?
though. Everyone in the room is like,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Or you could also, I could also consider this thwart peril, which is plus physical.
No, I got a 9, so I'm good with that. so.
Okay. So on a 9, you can hold 1 among the following options. So in Glitter Hearts, hold 1 basically means you choose 1 in a list of potential things to happen. If they had rolled higher, they might have held more. So you can redirect this sort of grab onto yourself. You can put the dandelion in a bad position, giving an ally +1 forward. So did you add the +2 when you were rolling, by the way?
Yeah, that's with the
Okay.
+2 because I
Okay.
have a +2 persona anyways. So
or you can deal damage equal to your physical rating. So you can sort of redirect this, put them in a bad position, or damage them.
So I'm gonna redirect it so that I'm muscling in, so they're gonna have to grab onto me. So this kid is let go of.
Um, I'm imagining, and feel free to shut me down if this isn't quite what you had in mind for your character. But like in the blink of an eye, Dandelion is no longer holding the vest with the child in it, but the vest with Cassidy in it, who's suddenly heavier and just goes like, ugh.
And I'm like eyeball to eyeball to like I'm just like right in their eyeball, and I'm going, no. And that's all I say. No.
So the child does successfully run away. You have protected them. Um, there is nobody left in this pizza place except for Papa, who has like just rushed the last people out the door, and looks to all of you as if to ask, like, do you need me to stay? With like his little Italian fists. Okay.
Oh, it's so adorable. I love Papa. I
Oh,
want a Papa t-shirt. Papa's Pizza t-shirt.
Papa's pizza. And just says,
Question.
"You got this," and then runs out the door. What's your question, Ava?
I've played in so many different Powered by the Apocalypse systems that I have to ask, how malleable is the magic outside of our predetermined abilities?
I would say,
Like outside of the moves that our
I would say pretty
classes
darn,
give us.
with especially if it has something to do with like the elements that you have control over. It has to do with rolling things, like um because in other, like, I'm thinking particularly of Monster of the Week, where magic is basically like you want to do a thing and then you describe how magic makes it happen.
Mm,
That's kind of what I'm bringing to it as I'm running this game.
okay.
Is there something in particular you had in mind?
I was just wondering, I have an idea for what
Hmm.
Jamie is currently doing, but it is not directly interacting with either Dandelion or Tulip,
Okay.
because she doesn't take the front stage.
All right. Well, feel free to flag me down if it becomes relevant. And then very intimidated Dandelion looks at you, Cassidy, and like realizes that they no longer have a hostage, but then realizes that you are right there. So they take the cane and they swing it at you. That is an 8. So the cane will deal you 2 damage, Cassidy, and you do have an opportunity to return.
Um, so my everyday identity is most likely to succeed, and I have natural leaders. So like, could I use that to just be really confident and go, I will smash 76 trombones in your face if you try that. 76 trombones leading this big parade.
I will say because you've already, there is a definite amount of unease, and you are trying, it sounds like you are trying to threaten in some way. So you are
That would
trying
be awesome.
to thwart peril, I will say. So please roll plus physical.
You still get +2 because you didn't hit him.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I get an 11 with the +2.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this +2 has been working.
Oh yeah, it has. Thank you. You do exactly what you set out to do, which in this case is scare the daylights out of this person who was not expecting this to be quite as difficult as it ended up being.
We're theater
And
folk. It's
They
like
they
being circuit performers. We're theater people.
oh
Like
yeah, what were
nothing
they
scares us.
expecting? I love it. So Dandelion drops you on the floor, and drags Tulip up off the floor, and Tulip says, "We'll be back. This isn't the last you've heard from the Beaumont Bunch." And then they go out the door, and the little bell goes ding.
They
Beaumont
just
Bunch,
as they're
the
leaving, I
Beaumont
just
Bunch.
yell out, "We've got more pizza coming!" Because we threw pizza at them earlier, so
Yeah,
I was
And then
yeah,
more pizza.
Cassidy. Yeah, we get good one.
And then we get Jamie off to the side currently, not paying attention to what was going on there at all. And she's speaking to somebody that's not there.
Ooh, can the other cast and crew hear what you are saying?
They can hear her, yeah. This is probably something they're somewhat familiar with when it comes to Jamie, because she often
Hey, Jamie, what
sees
does your
things that
imaginary
aren't
friend
there.
say?
As the true believer, she just kind of sees into not the physical realm sometimes.
Sam
It's just
fully
a thing
believes
that
that
happens.
Jamie just has an imaginary friend and is like really supportive of it. Is like that's kind of old for one, but like whatever.
We're Cassidy's like we're theater people. Has anyone told you about the ghost light? It's the whole thing. We're a very superstitious bunch.
Yeah, yeah. I said Macbeth the other day, and I thought Jamie
Oh
was gonna
no,
kill
oh
me.
baby, no. Yeah. That's don't do that. If you gotta, you say Mac B or you say the
Okay,
play. It's a
right.
superstition.
But what I meant to say was McDouble, and I don't even know what a Macbeth is.
Well, so they're very different. Macbee is a play written by Shakespeare, which is supposed to bring super bad luck because it's a play featuring witches. So it's like a crone mother maiden superstition thing. McDoubles are delicious though, so I am
Yeah.
there with you on the McDoubles. My only problem with McDonald's is they don't sell frozen junior mints, so like theaters got something over them for that. There's
What's
nothing
funny-
better in this
cool.
world than a frozen
Because I
junior
was like,
mint.
I can't eat McDonald's in the theater. That's just an arbitrary rule. But whatever.
Well,
Anyway,
no,
how's
you
your
can't eat McDonald's in the theater because if you get mustard on an outfit, I will have to like push pizza
Yeah.
into your face, and you've
Yeah.
seen that I can do that. So, no
For sure.
McDonald's unless you're having McNuggets because then you're not going to spill anything on your costume.
The sweet and sour sauce to dip it.
No.
in.
It's all bad.
But Jamie
Well,
is currently conversing with someone and
An
querying
unseen
after who's
someone.
behind the Beaumont group. And I
Mm.
figure I
So-
can use the role with my personal minion
Yes,
because they have knowledge from the beyond.
they do have knowledge from the beyond, and so no one else can see this minion, correct? But you
Right.
can. Okay.
Yeah.
So roll to contact.
from the beyond.
Also, it's not rolling to summon them. That just happens.
They're
It's to
just
figure
there.
out how much
Rolling
they know.
to like ask. I guess it might be a better.
Yeah, because I can use the minions to do two things. They have knowledge from the beyond, or they can be assistant.
I carry these props.
I don't know. Jamie's just
fine.
really good at getting things done. I don't know. It's like she does the work of 2 people.
10.
10
10.
people.
Is there
Yeah.
something specific that happens on a 10 for this move?
10 plus, you gain a piece of beneficial knowledge about the situation. 7 to 9 is the GM will tell you a piece of knowledge about the situation that may or may not be beneficial.
Okay.
But I get the beneficial one on the 10.
Yeah.
And she's
so
trying to
you
figure out
do
who's
definitely
behind the
get
Beaumont group.
something beneficial. Do you feel comfortable with me playing your minion, or would you rather me just tell you what the information is?
Go for it.
So we did decide in our sort of like pre-session meetings that to you, your minion does appear as looking very similar to the ghost of Howard Keel, who is the mystical creature who has caused all
Sometimes.
of this to happen. You can consult the ghost of Howard Keel once per session, but right now you're consulting your minion.
Right, and
I
so
wanna-
yeah, so for the minion, I kind of picture it like, especially when it's in the theater, because most of them are familiar with, God, I cannot remember. You just said the name.
Howard Keel.
Thank you. Because they're familiar with that, so she'll use that form if she uses her minion in the theater.
Oh,
But it's maybe not the same creature each time. But some of
okay.
them will just take the form of Howard Keel when they're visible to
Sometimes.
others. Yeah, when she needs them to do something physically.
So your minion in its current form says, yeah, weird things have been happening in the mystical realm lately. There's someone very powerful in Empire City. Um, they have the power of terrible, terrible words that have been spoken to these two who came in there. I don't know what the words were. I do not know why they have been spoken. But they have been spoken by Rose Collins. Yes, we've had many nightmares about these in the mystical world. I do not advise you to listen to anything that Rose says.
Of course not. And she'll kind of like, she gives the air like a scritch on the head.
What
Like to others, that's what it appears like.
what
Jamie
to you
and her
does, like,
imaginary friend they're so cute.
Little head scratches, invisible.
She
head
doesn't like it
scratches.
when you talk about them though, so like keep it on the DL.
Says the
Quinn's
only person
archetype-
talking about it.
Truly. Quinn's archetype is the skeptic, so you just see her sort of roll her eyes and cross her arms. She's very familiar with Jamie doing this, but she's just like, I can't even get into this right now.
And Cassidy, while this was happening, I don't know if anybody actually notices this, but there is now an actual, like, one of the tables where the mess was is now actually cleaned up for Papa. But like Cassidy is like moved
Aw.
across the room, so like you can't actually attribute it to Cassidy unless you were like staring the whole time.
That's so
Now
funny.
Cassidy's just like getting a refill on soda, and is like, "Hey newbie, remember, not too much soda. It's not cute to belch during opening night. Not too much soda."
I should get him out now.
Do I know the name? Am I familiar with the name Rose Collins at all?
I don't think that you are. You are primarily familiar with like the world of writing. And in that world, you have not heard Rose Collins, but you do know that from, I believe, I Know What You Did was the name of the move, that the Beaumont Theater a few blocks down is where one of these individuals came from. So you have two potential leads. And you can always, there is a player move called Glimpse the Truth to try and get more information wherever you may go next.
Does anyone know who Rose Collins is? She's asking this like to the group at large. A complete non sequitur to what just happened.
Yeah.
I've been talking to my imaginary friend, and
Do you want us to roll to see if we would, or should we just like, if we think of something, should we just say, or is it like we need to roll to know the truth?
Yeah, because I was thinking I could roll I Know What You Did or Glimpse the Truth either way to try and learn more, but
I think I Know What You Did would be really helpful and very like tonally consistent. So why don't we give that a try and then see where to go from there?
Here we go.
What is I Know What You Did under? I guess you have to take that if you want to use it.
I Know What I Did. It's my move as a skeptic.
Okay.
I just am a busybody and I know everybody's business all the time.
That
So that's
tracks.
a 10 on the die plus 2 for a 12.
Is there something special that happens on a 12?
There's not. It's just interesting information.
interesting and useful information. You know that Rose Collins is a belter who got the starring role in Cabaret last year at the Beaumont Theater.
Is Cabaret the official licensed musical?
Yes, the official licensed musical. They were very proud of it. They're a little uppity over there, actually, about all of their musicals and stuff. They're off Broadway, but they really don't want to be.
Yeah, they're pretty off Broadway. This is Empire City, not New York. So
yeah,
they're pretty up. Okay. Yeah, that's probably why I don't work for them, is because I'm talented, but like uppity doesn't work for me. You need some humility in there.
Like Broadway off Main Street?
Something like that, yes.
Okay. Do we need to go there?
Okay, so we know she is a belter. She's starting Cabaret.
Yeah, apparently she's behind Dandelion and Tulip coming in here.
Oh, that must be awful. A belter playing Sally Bowles. Sally's not a belting character. I mean,
no, she's like canonically not supposed to be that good at singing. That's like part of it.
Oh, why would you put that's why I don't do casting. That's why I just stick with costume.
But if she's getting leads over at Fancy Schmancy Beaumont, why is she meddling with us?
Because she's scared.
Fair.
I have been rehearsing a lot. And Jamie wrote a great script, and the costumes are fantastic. And the thing that you do with the lights, like, who else can do that?
It's also possible they're
Can I turn that into a move, Jackie?
Can you turn what into a move?
Just that. Can I turn that into a pep talk move?
Is ass kissing a move?
I think so.
I think
it's like
there's a subset of We Can Do This together called You Can Do This. Yes, you can roll for it.
See,
so You Can Do This
I glanced
is also
at the move
plus
sheet.
Emotional. If you want to make this sort of speech in front of your other friends, I suppose you will get a +1, which is
it won't give me a +1 because the magic girls don't count. So I was only counting it because the little boy was there and we had just become best friends.
Aww.
So it's just my +2. That is a 9.
On a 9, who are you trying to do this with? Remind me.
I have to pick a person.
It will be with a specific character that you're aiding because it depends whether your relationship is cooperative or competitive.
It's competitive and it's Quinn. I mean, sorry, it's Jamie. It's Jamie.
Right?
Didn't we agree on a competitive?
You agreed on a cooperative according to my notes.
Oh, yes, cooperative, yep.
So for a cooperative 9, you will give your target a +1 to your next roll, but put yourself in danger.
I put myself in danger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what put yourself in danger might look like in this situation. But I'll just put that in my back pocket, and that's for you to find out later.
Yeah. It makes sense because I think Sam, they see this whole show as like Jamie's thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Off topic, you know what's not in danger? You of having a good time if you sign up and make sure that you try to win the baked good in this one-shot stream.
Absolutely. As a reminder on how to enter, this seems like a good, as we're doing our little investigating thing, stopping point. Thank you, John.
It's such a bad segue. I was like, in my head,
I love that segues.
Like, I got this.
My first dungeon master would always go, like, we'd be talking about, like, I don't know. There was a philosophy mage at our group, so he'd be like, so here's what the problem of evil is. And then the DM would be like, speaking of the problem of evil, how about those goblins? And it would every time it would get worse and worse. But speaking of, you can enter to win some delicious. Remind us what potential options were. I heard lemon bars. I heard apple pie bars. What more could you do?
It's whatever we can think of that's not insane.
Yes. So brownies, Rice Krispie treats, gluten-free Rice Krispie treats,
I want
something
Rocky Road
for.
brownies.
I could Rocky Road brownies. I could make you. I don't really like this name, but this is its name. Monkey bread, which is like a cinnamon pull apart thing.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's good. The name is kind of not great.
Yeah.
But the food is tasty. Basically anything that can ship. So it's gonna be like in a brownie bar, massive cookie. I could make you a big cookie, a big oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, if you'd like something like that.
Ooh.
John, that was the most attractive thing you've ever said.
I'll even do like icing writing on it if you want, like Happy Halloween, like whatever it takes to get you to enter, subscribe. What is that? Hit the like and
I'll make
subscribe
you a
button. I
big
don't know.
cookie.
Make you a big oatmeal chocolate chip, no raisins unless you want them, but chocolate chips and oatmeal, they're the best. Better yet, oatmeal and butterscotch. If you've never had an oatmeal
Ooh.
butterscotch
Best friend
bar,
bed. It's funny.
yes.
I was going to, if I won, get gluten-free lemon bars, but now I do want butterscotch. So in order to
Butterscotch
try
oatmeal
to
cookie.
win, I am going to type hashtag RemPC into the chat to gain 1 entry. You can also give 100 bits for an additional entry. Pardon me. 1 subscribe is 7 entries. And if you donate to our GoFundMe to help us grow after 2 years of streaming, yay, you do get 1 entry for every dollar that you donate. Please do include your Twitch handle in your donator name, and I will put that link in a chat. Please stick around for about the next hour and 45 minutes to win the drawing at the end of the session. But before that, we are going to take a short break and come back to learn what's up with the Bomont Bunch with Rose Collins and how this gang of moderately connected theater kids might put a stop to the evil in Empire City. Hello, welcome back to our Stream-A-thon. We are partway through Dancing Queens, a one-shot in the system Glitter Hearts. So far, our performers in a sort of knockoff performance of Mamma Mia, legally distinct from the actual Mamma Mia, has been threatened by individuals from the Beaumont Theater claiming that they cannot put their show on tonight. And they're about to try and find out why.
I don't know what else the plan was, but I would eventually like to head back to the theater because I know if they're coming to us here, there's a good chance they might try to mess with some of the backstage stuff. So I want to just make sure the breezeway and the backstage of our theater is safe and locked down, and that nobody's messing with our stuff because our stuff is important.
Yeah.
Lighting
So
fluid.
like as we're leaving the pizza place, after cleaning it up,
So kind.
Jamie stops and appears to be talking to something in the shadow of the building. Only, I guess anybody paying close enough attention would be able to realize that something is actually in the shadows. But it seems to be like made out of shadow.
I like to
So it's
call our
kinda
imaginary
hard
friend
to
Patrick. I don't know what their name is, but
distinguish.
you know.
And yeah, basically she's gonna tell her minion, go to the Beaumont Theater, find Rose Collins, and just listen.
And your minion scuttles off. Will you be seeing through their eyes, or will they be reporting back to you?
She'll walk back to, like, they'll go back to their theater, and then she'll kind of like take a seat, like her normal spot wherever that is, and then she'll be actively watching what it's doing.
Okay.
So she is zoned out, and I feel like that is also pretty common with her.
Yeah.
Looks like Jamie's
that
taking her
tracks.
mid-production nap again.
Only it's before pre-production.
Yeah, I know nothing about theater. Have you learned?
Does Sam just think this entire thing is a production? Like,
No, but that would be so funny. But
That'd
no.
be funny if
someone
Sam was
told
like,
him
"Yeah."
all the world's a
Like,
stage, and that
Has
was
it
the wrong thing to say.
has it started yet? The play? Have we started? No, we haven't started.
It's
Someone
just like
told
what
him all the world's a stage at the wrong point.
Yeah,
and now you're like,
absolutely.
I'm in it.
I look at Quinn and I go, this is just like that year that we both did West Side Story, and they took the role of Sharks too literally, and they literally they tried to like send us to a literal Shark Tank. Do you remember that?
Absolutely. And then they had you make sequin shark costumes. Like they really tried to pull that. And the sequins would have looked really good with the lighting, but it was like the wrong thing for it, obviously.
I mean, because they thought I was going to use cerulean. Like, what am I, an amateur? Obviously, use silver and sapphire blue. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I need this. I need this to forever be a thing.
I didn't win for Hedig and the Angry Millimeter for nothing.
Thank you. Yeah, no, they asked me if I could just use like colored tissue paper in front of the lights to create an underwater effect, whatever that's supposed to mean.
I'm
And I was
sorry.
like,
Tissue paper?
tissue
They
paper.
literally use the words tissue paper.
They said that to my face.
I would have gone like, what's the mafia movie where someone ends up with a horse in their bed? Like, that's what I would have done as someone.
The
Yeah,
Godfather.
no, I bought tissue paper.
That one,
and
Sam
then I
knows.
paper mached it into a new thing for my hamster just to redeem the concept of tissue paper for me.
Oh, so cute. Your hamster is so cute.
Oh my God, Steven. I have so many pictures. Let me show you.
Jackie, you have to jump in and interrupt them. They will keep going.
I know I offered, would you like me to recreate that Steven Universe outfit for your little Steven hamster? Because I know I offered, but I can't remember if it was in real life or in my dreams, but I'm totally okay with making Steven Universe clothing for your Steven hamster.
Please, please. Please.
Yes.
We don't have time. Someone is gonna maybe mess up my lighting and I need to figure it out, but put a pin in it. Put a pin.
I love that. So you go mix your lighting. So my dressers, Claudette, Laurette, and Paulette. FYI, those are the name of the Bimbets from Beauty and the Beast. The movie, and I have to make sure my dressers are okay. So yeah, you go do you, and we'll do this after the show.
I love it. While you all are checking in on your various stuff, we will cut back to see how the theater is doing. But your minion, Jamie, they are they invisible to all other, like human beings?
So at this point, because she's using it as an assistant, I figured to be able to interact physically, it would need to be physically in the real world. It's just kind of made out of shadow in this case. So it kind of has an easier chance of hiding.
So it's hiding. It's not trying to like, look at me, a regular human. Okay.
Right.
That's how
I'm not
I do
a
things.
regular human. I'm a cool human.
I walk into places all the time going, look at me, a regular human.
I would believe that, Derica. I would believe that.
I thought you
Positive
were just gonna stop
self-talk.
it. I walk into places all the time.
And things. And then I apologize to the things. Anyways, go ahead, Jackie.
Well, it appears to everyone else that Jamie is simply like taking a nap or zoning out, as it were. Jamie vividly sees the minions sort of lurk in the shadows of the corners as dusk is falling and call time is in 15 minutes. And gets into the Beaumont Theater, which is like one of those theaters that is super regal, has those like gold panels with like cherubs and stuff above like a red curtain. And your minion seems to spot a very haggard looking tulip and an angry looking dandelion walking very purposefully together towards a ornate door with a little sign on the front that reads in a custom font, Rose. And
when would you like the roll to figure out how successful
now
it is?
seems like the moment.
Yeah, 'cause 7 to 9 could be really fun.
+1, +1.
And it
+1.
only takes a moment. Twitter song, anyone? Hello, Dolly. It only takes a
I
moment.
had to open my mouth.
You
Or
did.
Wally, you know,
Does a
or
+1
said I
Wally.
have
help you?
A +1 makes it a 7.
Tell me what happens on a 7 to 9.
So it does help.
It does, yes. So on a 7 to 9, your familiar can complete the task, but the GM will offer you a hard choice, an extra cost, or the familiar attracts attention and danger.
Okay, give me a second. Hard choice and extra cost.
Okay,
Were you gonna say something, Terica?
yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can put myself in danger. Maybe I didn't have anything to do at the theater. Like, they all had things to do, but I didn't. So maybe I went to this other theater to check it out.
With 15 minutes until curtain, you'd be noticed missing, and you definitely have things to do.
Yeah, but I don't know that. I'm like, oh, I don't have lights. I don't have costumes. I'm
But
just gonna go check
everybody
it out.
else does.
You do have costumes because you have to get into costume.
You have to wear a
Costume.
costume.
I can't wear this.
You are currently being dressed by Claudette.
Oh my God.
Okay, never mind. I was getting yelled at simultaneously in and out of character. Just know I felt that.
It's the pressure of things.
All right. So through the eyes of your minion, you see Dandelion sort of nervously rap on the door with Rose, and you hear a voice say, "Oh, come in." And the shadow sort of sneaks underneath the door frame and in to see a white brunette woman wearing an elegant ball gown and fanning herself with like a lacy fan. And she says, "Did you send the message?" Um, and Dandelion says, "Well, um, we did send the message. The message was then promptly burnt. We were knocked to the floor, grievously insulted, and they did, in fact, tell us that they would not be following our directives whatsoever." And then Tulip says, "Yes, they seemed quite uninterested." And then Rose like puts her fingers at her temples and says, "Well, I was afraid of that. If people can go singing and dancing any which way they want, I don't know how I'm going to gain any power. So this simply will not do. You must. I sent you to put a stop to that ridiculous performance, and it seems that you were incapable of doing so. I didn't want to do this. Um, but I'm afraid I will have to be sending someone else to their
Sam?
opening night to put a stop to this performance if they insist on giving it. Um, do inform Krissa that she will be taking the stage, so to speak." And the next part, she says in this like weird melodic voice that kind of only barely comes through in the minion. Um, and it just says, "And try not to muck it up this time." And you see like a sort of like pallor come over Dandelion and Tulip, and they look sort of like forlorn and almost like under control. Um, and they leave the room, and Rose starts fanning herself again and just says, "Oh, help is so hard to find in Empire City." And then she stops fanning and she looks up and squints to the corner, um, right where the minion is, and then turns up the lights um, very far, immediately realizes what's happening. Um, and her judgmental eyes literally shoot daggers into your minion. Does your minion have hit points?
It doesn't say.
Well, for the sake of
like,
making
well, I
things
killed it.
difficult and punishing the 7 to 9, these daggers hit your minion and the connection is immediately severed.
Your minion got zoicided. Oh, that's awful.
So you do not know who or what Krissa is, but you know that someone is going to be sent to your performance to put a stop to it. Meanwhile, Sam is getting all costumed up. Quinn,
But I
do you
can
do like
use my sneakers, right? My sneakers are fine. They're like fairly new.
Claudette yells at you in French, like not even English anymore. Like she's not even speaking. She's like back to her natural French.
Everybody loves these sneakers.
And
It'll be a
she's
crowd
like
pleaser.
shoving your foot into like a glittery sequined 2-inch kitten heel with virtually no lift in it because you're new to theater
This
and
is
you
a
don't
weird
like you
thing
to
for the dad
die.
to wear, but all right.
Oh, were you playing the dad?
Yeah, they're playing a
playing
dad.
Sam, the
They're
dad.
playing
the
Sam, the
Pierce
dad.
Brosnan dad.
Well,
Yeah.
God, we'll say we're doing the scenes out of Warner show. We're actually starting at the end with the tribute to ABBA in front with Waterloo. So you're doing like a disco outfit. You've got like a politically disco outfit
for
thing
sure.
going on. That's one of the major changes. Is it got like switched around? It's like a
So, like,
backwards,
did
Broadway
this
backwards sort
ABBA
of
person
thing.
die or something? Like, I still don't understand why we're doing like a tribute. I just watched Bex get actually angry with me, Derek.
All three of the Bimbets are now like speaking in rapid French and just like eviscerating you.
Fine. It's fine.
This is my
Fine.
greatest role yet.
It's your only role ever.
You are the greatest star, or the greatest showman, or maybe
Or
both.
the greatest
Who knows?
dancer.
Or the greatest. Maybe you're the tiny dancer. Maybe you're young Tony Danza.
I think Thomas is yelling at me in French in the chat. I can't tell because I don't.
It's true.
So, by the way, I do have a question for you, Janatee, in all seriousness.
Of course.
So, something we talked about mechanically is in this game, we have to have things that help us transform. That was the decision we
Yes.
made. So, do we know we're magical people? If I go to my little costume thing or my music box, have I transformed before? Will this be a surprise to me? I don't remember what exactly we said about that.
We did say that you had transformed before, just not necessarily like as this team. This is a little bit of your origin story. And
And the
one of
downside was that we look exactly the same
the
transformed,
downside
right?
no, the downside is that you need a magical item to
Okay.
transform.
Cool.
Okay. Yes. Because I was trying to just place for when this was all going to happen. Because at a certain point, costuming for scene 1 is done. And then I have that break before the costume changes are going to happen again. So
Yeah. Do Jamie, do you inform Quinn, Cassidy, and Sam what you've found out about? Someone is coming.
Yeah, they haven't given up. A Krissa will be interfering and attempting to stop the show.
oh, good. Empire City's answer to Meryl Streep. That's a joke, darling. I'm sure it'll be awful.
Oh my god. So Cassidy has made sure to have his object that he needs to transform held tightly, perhaps anticipating transforming. What are the rest of you doing in preparation for the show, in preparation for this mysterious person who's going to try and stop it?
Yeah, I think Quinn goes up and checks her lighting setup and makes sure that nothing has touched it. She has a very particular way that things are laid out, and if anything has been moved, she will know. But she left her magical item on accident in the lighting booth, so she's like hustling. Yeah.
Gotta go.
I feel like Jamie. I mean, hers is always on her because it's one of the tarot cards in her deck.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because she's been a while. She's a true believer. She's always had magic. But I feel like she would be, well, let's say, greeting the audience as they enter.
Aw.
Because that way I'm right out front.
Are you like
Ready to
handing out
intercept.
programs and explaining like welcome to the show? Like that's who
Yes.
you are?
Yes.
As you
She hates it. She absolutely hates it.
Oh yeah.
It's Mamma
But-
Mia, not Mamma Mia.
But she's also not like a people person. But if they come in from the front, this is where I need to be.
Are there any kind of like concessions or merchandise at the Alternus Theater?
Yeah, there's concessions. Where else do we get my frozen junior mints from?
Yes, there's
so right.
definitely, yes.
So the young child from Papa's Pizza earlier is holding like one giant box of hot tamales.
Oh, this poor kid.
can I say
You're gonna
my
put this
magical
kid through
item?
it, aren't you?
Say that again, Derica.
Can I say Sam's magical item?
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, so Sam is always wearing their magical item. It's just a magical binder. So they've already got it on.
So
and it's
clever.
like, yeah, so Sam is ready to go.
After like 6 hours, it's like, well, I could take this off, but what if I need to transform?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
I have to say, this poor kid is going through it. Like, there's no way they're not going to spill their hot tamales or something. As soon as it comes in the building. This poor child.
Just got this little box, and he's like holding it like with two hands, and he just like looks up at you, Jamie.
Can the child's name be Oliver? So it's very much like adorable orphan Oliver and Company child.
It is now. And then Oliver has like a little like Paw Patrol pen, and he hands it to you, and he said, "Can you please sign my program?"
Of course.
I feel like Oliver looks like Daniel Radcliffe when he got discovered, but to play Harry Potter.
Oh my god,
that's what Oliver looks like in my head.
It is now. You
And he's
all have
still got pizza
created
grease
a-
on his face. But yeah, she signs his program and gives him a pat on the head.
And then the dad mouths, "Thank you." And they program in hot tamales in hand, ushered inside. You go back to the enter the show, no flash photography, blah, blah, blah. You've got your whole speech.
Yeah.
And you all have your magical items with you. Did I miss any essential magic items?
I think Quinn's is a magical binder, but not the kind you wear. It's the binder full of light cues.
The scrambling for the light cue binder is so funny.
Yeah.
That's delightful. Thank you for this. Well, it seems that the show is coming together despite the outside threats and the
someone saying Mac B early in their production without knowing they shouldn't be saying it.
Someone.
Listen, I was just trying to figure out what I wanted from McDonald's.
Unacceptable.
Yeah. Listen, I promise not to say Macbeth in the theater anymore.
You just said it!
Oh no!
Did everybody start making friends at you?
I'm so glad I'm out front.
Again, I watched both of you in real life be like, what the fuck?
Why? At least pick a different Shakespeare show.
So
there are
funny.
so many of them. People are like 40. Stop using the
I don't even know who Shakespeare is.
Oh my god, I don't have the energy.
Do we have time for an understudy?
Help me, Lord Tennessee Williams. You're my only hope. But seriously, so my job as lead costumer is once my dressers are doing their thing. At this point, I have my magical item actually in. I have like a sewing pocket because I have like an apron on when I'm backstage because things happen. And so it's actually like I got my measuring bias tape in there, and I'm kind of roaming backstage behind because there's a space between the scrim and the back exit wall, and there are just kind of like two exits there. So I'm keeping like an eyeball on the exits and for anyone trying to get in that shouldn't be trying to get in through the stage doors. Because actors are notorious for going for smoke breaks and putting bricks in and forgetting to take the bricks out so that anyone could come into the backstage. And I'm forever moving bricks. Also, smoking is bad, kids. Don't do it. Bad
Derica's
for your
noting
voice,
that for
bad
real
for your
life
teeth.
shenanigans.
I'm afraid.
They'll
We
like
used to do
start
the same thing when I
stealing
was
your
a cook.
shoes.
Are there any additional preparations? I don't want to cut anyone off. All right. The lights dim. Is there any kind of announcement made by the director or writer before the opening number?
Oh, she definitely made the director do it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. I'm not. No.
So the sort of nervous director walks on stage and says, "Thank you, everybody, for coming to a very special production of Mamma Mia, as written by Jamie Byrne. We have been legally obligated to note that this is not associated with ABBA or with Katherine Johnson, but it is still a truly delightful production. Please do not film our actors or use any flash photography. It is a hazard to their health. There will be concessions sold at intermission. And please enjoy the show." And there's like sort of like applause, and the overture plays, and the curtain draws for the opening number of Waterloo. Sam, you are dressed in the discoest outfit you've ever seen. You can feel the magical energy of your binder underneath, just like covered by this like sheen fabric. As you do sing the opening number with everybody else, it seems that nothing has gone awry just yet. What
I
is
just
everybody up
casually
to?
roll to see how good Sam actually is at singing.
Okay.
Won't that be persona?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give
Persona
myself a
seems
plus
like it.
one because of Oscar.
You mean Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver, why did I say Oscar?
Yeah,
It's
who's
fine.
Oscar? Are we getting breadsticks after this?
That's
Is
an
that what's happening?
that's an 8.
Okay, on an 8, that is a mixed success. So you nail all of the moves and everybody notices you, but part of why everybody notices you is because your moves are all mirrored from everyone else's. So when everyone else is like doing this, you're doing this. And then you get like out of sync and you're moving backwards as they're all moving forwards. You look great doing it. And you're just
I
like,
just
wow, I
kept
can't believe
practicing in the mirror, and that's
everybody.
what. And it messed me up. No, for sure.
I was gonna say I can't believe everyone else learned this backwards, but that's way funnier.
Cool.
And what is the light cue at the end of Waterloo, Quinn?
The light cue at the end of Waterloo is the director wanted it to be sort of watery. So she did the right thing to create an underwater moment, which was like this blue, I don't remember what it's called, the translucent lighting paper that you put in to change, and it like sort
Tissue
of
paper.
Spades. It's not. It's so flammable.
Let's just say
Don't
you
do
put a
it.
gobo. You put a gobo on there. You put the right kind of gobo up to make it
Absolutely.
happen.
Yes, thank you.
I got
And
your
it
back.
looks really beautiful, even though she disagreed with that choice artistically because it's too literal. Thank you. You got it. She's doing it right now.
Oh my god.
I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm
Emma,
living for
the
it.
best.
My new lights are awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she does that, and she disagreed with it because it was too literal, and Waterloo doesn't mean water, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it
that wasn't the
transitions
hill
into
you were going to die on for this show.
Exactly. She has too many other things to do, so it transitions into this like bright, sunny, like
Mhm.
Greece island vibe.
And right as Mary, the woman who plays Donna, is about to walk on stage, this is one of those stages where they have like the railings up the side that actors can like walk up on. Does everyone have like a semi-clear picture of that? Like they can walk like from the audience or from a door onto where the stage is? Okay.
Oh yeah.
And you see from the lighting booth or from backstage, wherever you may be, a young, traditionally attractive Hispanic woman. She's dressed in this like absolutely gorgeous red tulle dress with a long train and like elegant embroidery on the front. And the woman playing Donna like looks at the person and like kind of like looks at uh Sam behind her and is like, "Wait, I thought I was supposed to go on for this part?"
I mean, I'd have to ask Jamie. Hold on. Nope, they told me not to yell when people are on stage. I'll be back, and I like run to find Jamie.
So, I figured Jamie's actually been watching the audience. Like, she was watching for who was going to interfere.
Ooh. So you see this woman get up from one of the back seats. Do you like let her?
No. There's
How are-
no way I let her. So
How
it's
are you
even
going to stop her?
it's even easier this time because it's dark. My shadows. So she's going to make sure that the spot where that woman is, like as she's making her way over, it's just covered in darkness. Nobody can see her, the woman that gets up.
Ooh.
And then, well, Jamie's not the most physical of people, but reacting because she's not going to mess this up for me. Already, we've had Sam.
Killing
I'm not
it.
gonna let her mess this up for me. And so,
Killing it in quotations.
so she's just gonna try to like tackle her.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Literally tackle this
That's-
person in the darkness.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is going to be a clash. So please roll plus physical.
It's a good thing I use shadows because shadows give me a +1 if I can use them in some way to help me.
No, that's perfect. Like as the lights are only on the stage.
You're just running with the shadows of the night. Okay. The Rock of Ages for y'all out there. I
7.
love you.
On a 7, you both do damage to each other. So how much are you using a particular weapon? Otherwise it will be 1.
No, I don't think she has any particular weapon. This isn't normally her style.
No.
In fact, she normally stays at the back of any situation,
Yeah.
but I'm right here.
Mhm.
Oh, would I know you're back there? Would I be heading back there to find you?
It is wreathed in darkness right now, from what I understand from what Jamie's
But
doing.
I would be heading to
And it's
where,
also
like,
out
Sam
in
would
the
be,
audience.
Yeah, but Sam would be heading to wherever they think Jamie would be. So wherever Jamie normally is where Sam's gonna head to.
Well, I think she's normally backstage.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just fumbling around backstage, kind of whisper yelling, Jamie! Does anybody found Jamie? Because I've already gotten chastised at rehearsal for screaming Jamie's name in the midst of things. So
This is why they don't give actors walkie-talkies.
there are several reasons why they don't give
There's
actors
so many
walkie-talkies.
reasons.
Yeah, I think if Carissa makes it to the stage, I assume that's who this woman is.
Yeah, it's not. There aren't a lot of NPCs.
Right.
She's
If she
not
makes
making
it
it
to
to the
the
stage
stage,
if I can
then
help it.
right, exactly. Then Quinn has something that she would want to do.
Okay.
Uh,
For the time being, she is being held up by Jamie.
I stage whisper to Donna. I go, just go on. I have a dream. Just go on and do the I have a dream song. Oh,
I dreamed a dream. No, that's not it.
no.
Really quick,
no.
actually, can I make my tactician move one step ahead and try and give people not advantage, sorry, D&D.
Yeah.
Try and give people +1 on their stuff for the rest of the scene.
How are you going to do that? Like, what are you doing in
So
scene?
one step ahead is meticulously planning. She's like, I've got a plan and I'm letting people know about it. And that plan helps out. Or it could really hurt depending on how she rolls. So I think this would be something that she like said to Mike at like places or whatever, or sent her headphone at places and was like, okay, here's the plan. Jamie will run interference.
Yeah.
Sam, do the best you can.
So we're rolling to see how well planned Quinn has done. All right, please roll.
Okay.
Best episode of
my God. Thank God for that. Okay. It was a 5, but I get a +2, so it's a 7.
Oh boy.
Let me pull up what
one ally gains an ongoing +1 in the current situation.
Yeah. So if I had rolled a 10+, everyone would have gotten a +1 for the entire scene. But I'm gonna pick probably Jamie, because she seems like she's the one who's like in it.
And I
so
think
you get a +1 for the scene.
Mm-hmm. So like ahead of time, you were like, if someone's sneaking in here, we've taken out all the bricks, we've secured all the entrances. The only people who are coming in are the audience.
If that's okay to retcon that.
Oh yeah, I think that's great. I think that's great. Thanks for asking though. So Jamie, you do get a +1 forward, I think is
perfect.
I also have a weird question. So my element is sadness, I think. Yeah, my mystical connection is sadness. I was wondering if I Have a Dream by ABBA, which is a very deep, meaningful song, if that could trigger my mystical item as I'm tapping into my deep understanding and the sadness that I feel that's universal to all people feeling loss and loneliness and need.
I think so. Are you gonna describe to us what this transformation looks like?
I would be happy to do it. And obviously, everyone is focusing on Donna singing I Have a Dream. They do not notice the bittersweet melody because in the music box plays Once Upon a December from Anastasia, and it's a little carousel. So it opens up slowly. It kind of cracks open like a Fabergé egg would. It's got like this stained glass effect to it. It's got like a little Ferris wheel in the center, and it lights up just a little bit with ambient tone. And so it starts really slowly, and there's just this feeling, this enrobing, this kind of fog of need. There's this kind of set memory of being at a carnival, of like losing your parents for just a moment in the wonder and the madness. And just very slowly, like the clothes change, my body changes a little bit. I go from being mask presenting to femme presenting, but in like this Marlene Dietrich lesbian tuxedo sort of way, which is really neat. And there's a sharpness to it, and there's just like this constructed steel beam of wings that comes on my back that gives off just the barest, softest glow. And like the last thing to transform are these gloves that are white gloves with little carousel horses on them, and this very ornately constructed pearl and rose gold mask.
Oh my god.
I feel so many things. I am sadness, and it's a deep understanding of having a dream and seeing the wonder of a fairy tale.
I had a dream. Well, we can do that.
Different dream, but
Yeah.
great vein. Good vein though. Great gypsy. Great gypsy
Deep
doll.
inside, I've got a dream.
And then Sam was there too.
Sam is back. I can't find Jamie, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, Sam walks back in and instead of Cassidy sees this glorious individual.
Which we've never seen each other transformed, right?
Correct.
Cool.
But also, oh wait, no, we chose that one. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Cassidy won't like it if you're touching the like costumes and stuff.
my
And
God.
also something about not eating McDonald's and like sauces and stuff. Anyway, I suggest that you maybe like not be here.
Is everything safe out there?
I mean, I was just looking for Jamie, and so I don't see her, so I'm gonna say maybe.
I don't like the maybe. Maybe is not good.
You okay? You just seem a little melancholy.
There's wisdom in melancholy, dear child.
Right.
I'm going to go and find Jamie. You make sure people are safe. You make sure to meet your cues when you need them so art and the theater can go on. And then I just sort of float away.
Okay.
It's like a walking
part
floating.
of the play?
It's like it's like a miscongeniality glide. I'm not literally floating.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah,
it's like a
they
miscongeniality glide.
are just standing there like, is this part of the play or is this like a like I don't know, and like walks off to like the side of the stage and kind of peeks around into the audience. Yeah.
So now, Sam, where there is now a sort of theatrical style montage of you and then the two other potential dads. So you will need to be going on stage. And as you're doing so, Jamie is still wrestling with Krissa in the darkness, who has taken her, like the train of her dress and wrapped it around your arm and like pulled your arm back, dealing 1 point of damage to you, Jamie.
Mm.
Can I see? I can't see out into the audience. That's not how lights work on the stage.
And also,
I feel
her
like Sam
darkness is
tries and
shrouding
is
the
like,
area
oh
of her
yeah.
Oh
darkness.
yeah. Do I see that there's a darkness that's darker than all the other darkness?
I'm just gonna leave that to you, Jamie.
I don't know.
So because I've worked in this theater a while, I know all the ways to get to the lobby and backstage, so I can actually go outside the building and come in through the lobby because I would have a way in even if it's like locked because I've been there, so I'd have a key definitely. If nothing else, so I can actually, because it's a really soft. So my name magically transformed is incandescent, so there's a very soft, almost ghost light element to it. So I wouldn't interrupt the shadows too much, and I wouldn't pull focus. But it would be enough that I could get there and use my warrior archetype to pull focus so that Jamie doesn't have to be alone and battling by themselves.
So you're pulling Chris's focus from Jamie to yourself?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pull focus to me on stage, and I'm gonna go, "Mamma mia! You're telling me I'm a father?"
Oh, it's so good. I hate it and I love it at the same time. I'm so disappointed in the world, but I love it so much. I'm so angry. So this
Do
is
not
how
ad
Sarah
lib.
feels. This is how Sarah feels every time I make a pun.
I fully believe that those were my lines.
Oh, it's probably right before SOS too, which would make it
Yeah.
even worse.
Oh yeah.
So good.
So the musical cue for SOS starts, and somehow, in that same key, while on the ground, Krissa just sings, "I can do anything better than you can." And Incandescent, please roll to keep your wits as you feel this growing sense of self-doubt. So
What
that is a
is the roll
plus
for that?
persona.
Okay, good, because Persona is my best friend.
Shocking.
I got. Do I have a +1 still? Is that still a thing?
That
No.
was for Jamie only.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
So I got a 10.
You got a 10. So you feel the sense of self-doubt of like, look at that gorgeous dress. Clearly she's so much better than me. But you fight it off with your knowledge of who you are, with your existence in the sadness. Like she cannot bring you to a place that you have chosen to go.
I say, I don't want to talk about the things we've gone through. So it's hurting me. Now it's history, and I'm a slapper.
Yes, roll clash. I will say the audience is not watching the stage anymore for the most part. They're watching at least this
I just need a
shadowy
red
part.
star.
They're like, did someone forget to turn on the lights? This wasn't part. I've seen Mamma Mia before. I don't think this happens usually. They did start with Waterloo, so I don't know.
What
Didn't someone rewrite it?
what do I have as bonuses for doing for a clash? Is that like a physical? What is that?
It is a physical.
Great. I got a 10.
You got
With
a
my
10. So
Yeah.
you do damage equal to either your weapon or your physical stat.
So my weapon are my gloves turn into like glass gloves. So they do like that kind of, and they're like that thick kind of Ferris wheel carnival glass. So it's like it's hefty. And it's something only a person who's done 10,000 hours of costuming can lift with their muscles.
Oh yeah. I
Costumes
love
are
it.
heavy, by the way. If you've never done costuming, they get heavy. Lots of hours. Good core.
You also, on a 10 plus, will choose an extra effect. So you can yourself take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hero. You can inflict extra harm, force them where you want, or force them to drop something they are holding.
I want to force them where I want, and I basically want to drag them by their heels and toss them back into the lobby.
Ooh. That's great. So tell me how much damage you do with these gloves first, so I don't forget.
That would be something that I have no idea how to calculate because I've never played this.
Okay, what's your physical stat?
My physical is +1.
All right. So as your gloves crash into her, she turns towards you and you pull her, and then by virtue of the dress that is wrapped around Jamie as well, back into the lobby. And the audience's whispering sort of dies down as Sam can then finish out the song that should be playing, which is that is the final note of SOS now.
I also, for a bonus, just as I drag her out, I'm going to whisper into Chris's ears, I played all my cards, and that's what you've done too.
That's so good.
And terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But good.
So Outside, we have one writer, one costume designer, and one ne'er-do-well. Inside, we have one lighting director and one performer.
We're holding this whole thing together.
Oh man, there are 2 scenes happening at the same time. What are y'all going to try to do?
If my number's done,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go off screen. Well, okay. I want to go off screen and I want to transform, and then I would like to make a move. Can I do both of those things at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like
Please
to,
tell
yeah.
us what this transformation looks like. Keeping in mind you are
Um,
in costume.
yes. The transformation actually looks like a more casual, like, I'm like trying to think of uh it's like kind of a vest, like a suit vest, and like a dress shirt, but like somehow looks casual and not like snazzy or elegant. Just like, but in a way that stands out in just like uh is like people look and they're like they're cool without trying, like they're just like
Ooh.
casually like look good, and just is back in it's the like sneakers with it that
Oh
they
my god, the
normally wear,
sneakers.
except for they're like a gold color to it, and yeah, so like dress pants, suit vest, but also somehow just looks kind of chill at the same time. It's like it's a marvel how they do it. Um but they're actually their hero name is just Calm. Um
Ooh.
yeah. And so Calm is gonna walk around and wants to do a be vigilant move. And I want to
Okay.
use my mystical connection. Everything will be fine, which lets me use mystical instead of mental for this role because I have
Yeah.
a -1 to mental, and I'd rather have the flat 0.
That seems very reasonable. So with the power
Yeah,
of this calm that you have summoned within yourself.
yeah. I'm just like as I'm walking by people, I'm like everything will be fine, and we'll see if that's true.
You know what else we can be vigilant and fine about? That wonderful baked good giveaway that is a big part of today's Stream-A-thon is being able to give away prizes to the lovely people watching us and having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget to be vigilant about entering the contest.
Yeah. Enter in hashtag RemPC, cheer 100 bits, subscribe or donate to our GoFundMe to help us grow with 1 entry per dollar. So you can go absolutely wild.
And you could win a gingerbread cake because I've been told that's the thing that everyone is now zeroing in on that they want
Yes.
for themselves. So
I personally just cheered 100 bits, 20% for Sam's transformation and 80% for these baked goods. So,
I guess that was too because nothing makes people more calm than baked goods. So I hope that wasn't stepping on your shoes and that was a good segue.
mm-hmm.
All right. Um,
Tell me what you roll, Sam.
Sam rolled a 5, and on a failure, failures on Vigilant should always put the heroes into some sort of immediate danger.
Yes. I
Yeah,
think this
I
will
noticed
also
something.
add um, onto the other immediate danger. So, as soon as
It'll be fine.
Incandescent has pulled Clarissa um, into this lobby, um, she pulls the dress off of Jamie, backs up and takes from like a satchel a white mask that covers half of her face, um puts it onto her face, and a mystical chandelier appears in the center of the lobby and comes crashing towards Sam. Let me roll for this. All right, on an 8, Sam, this chandelier like hits you full force, and you take 5 damage.
Youch.
And now you are pinned behind this giant chandelier.
Right? Maybe everything's not fine yet, but it will be. And Sam just says that calmly as they're like trying to figure out how to get out from under this chandelier.
Oh my god. So I think all of you have had a chance to make a move in this situation. So now
Did
Krissa,
Quinn make a move?
Quinn?
we sort of retconned that you had planned something.
Oh, the plan.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about
So
to trigger my transformation too.
Krissa starts belting her own rendition of SOS, trying to inflict
It's the
self-doubt on
Rihanna song,
Sam.
SOS.
Like,
Can I use my natural leader? Because I have a convince +1. Can I convince Sam of her worthiness because she was so
there.
there? Convince Sam of their worthiness based on their enthusiasmness and they're willing to learn. Because I know it's Sam, right?
Under the
It's
chandelier?
under the
Yeah,
chandelier.
you know
correct?
that's
Okay.
You would.
actually
I don't know
not
that you would know
necessarily,
it's
no.
Sam because Sam
Transformed
has never
into
transformed
calm.
in front of you before.
Yes, so calm.
Yeah.
Did you say anything before you were pinned underneath the
Yeah, I
chandelier?
said everything's gonna be fine. The worst thing you
Uh,
can say when something's popping off.
well, so I have so my
Okay,
move
wait,
for
sorry, one
sadness
second.
is
Point of order. Do I
yeah.
take a condition? Is that what you're saying, Jackie? I'm taking a condition?
It seems like we're trying to resolve a lot of different things. Let me go look at the
Yeah.
conditions first.
Because if you're trying to cure a condition, then I need the condition first.
She is going to sing to try to inflict self-doubt. That will be
Mhm.
resisted by your keep your wits about you. And then Incandescence mentioned trying to use convince someone.
So I want to use
So
my natural leader because I don't necessarily have a way to stop.
who are you convincing and of what? And then we can try to figure out how all these pieces work together or don't.
I've done a lot, so maybe I should just pause and let Jamie do whatever they were going to do because they haven't gotten a chance to transform. Maybe I should take a step back for the moment so I'm not taking up too much space.
Okay, so we can do then. Krissa will sing, and then Sam will try to keep their wits about them. Does that feel
Just
like
plus persona?
yes?
That's a 6.
Ooh,
You didn't
Have I done this in
experience.
front of? I forget that I get experience. That's 2
you do mark
Every time you
experience.
fail.
And 3, I get to do something, right? XP.
I don't remember what the number is, truly.
Okay, I'll look it
but
up.
You do get 1 point of experience. You have failed, and you have lost faith in yourself. You've heard this beautiful voice sing something. You just got off stage, and you're like, I probably don't even sound that good. So your persona stat has been reduced by 1.
It's fine.
Yeah. Everything's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be
Reduce your stats, please.
Yep.
It's every 6
Every
Okay.
what?
experience. 6 experience.
Even
you
in a
gain an
one shot? Am I thinking
advancement.
of Thirsty Sword Lesbians where it lowers during a one shot?
Maybe. I haven't read that
Okay.
much
fair.
of that
But
book.
if you want to know about Thirsty Sword Lesbians, on Sunday we do have a stream coming where there will be many Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I don't know if they're all playing lesbians, but that's the name of the
I
game.
think you have to. I think it's in the
No,
rules.
you don't
You,
have to.
you have to play. You have to play. I mean, that's not bad.
Okay.
The characters are fabulous. I think everybody
Well,
should. So
I think everybody's playing lesbians though, including Chris.
I think so.
I'm not.
I'm in it. I'm playing a lesbian. I know that for sure.
I'm playing an asexual little mess.
Incredible.
Okay, I take it
Beautiful.
back. That's actually delightful.
I'm basically playing myself. As I am wont to do. Except for now, I realize this isn't me.
But it is quite delightful at the same time.
I mean, you're currently stuck under a chandelier, so it could be more delightful. The delight really.
That's true. So that was Chris's move. Now you all will get a chance to sort of respond and see what you're able to do. I know that Quinn, as far as I know, has not moved from the lighting booth. Panabon or Cassidy has become incandescence. Sam has become calm, and Jamie has remained, but is now no longer wrapped up in this dress train. And you all are in the lobby with this giant friggin' chandelier. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think Quinn
Sorry.
senses that the party might have moved on, and she like turns to her assistant, like who she's been training, and is like, "This is on you. I have got to handle something. There was a lighting issue. It sounds like maybe something crashed. I'm gonna go, but you've got this." She's not confident that her assistant has got it, but she's gonna go.
So you're saying there's a second
That's
light
so
cube
funny.
binder, one of which is not your magical item, just in case. Or did
Absolutely.
you take the light cube binder with you?
I have a backup. Of course, she has made a backup copy, and everyone has their own to make their own notes in whatever way best for them,
It's
so that
so
no one
hilarious.
messes it up.
Not even mad. So hilarious.
Yeah. So I think, and I would like to transform at that point as I'm sort of like running out. As soon as I'm out of eyesight of most people.
There is very literally a lighting crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. She felt it in her soul. So, yeah, I think if it's all right if I transform, that's the vibe.
Oh, please do. Tell us all about who you're transforming into, what that transformation looks like.
Absolutely. So she takes her binder that's been open and she just clutches it to her chest, and immediately spotlight. She lifts up into the air just a couple of inches and starts slowly rotating, and there's spotlight coming out of her chest and out of her fingertips and out of her eyes, just bright light as the pages of her lighting cube binder whirl around her in a paper mache sort of creation that looks a lot like armor. So you see this like glowing, pulsating lighting cue armor that is now surrounding her as she sets back down. Her hair has gone from brown to white lightning blonde, just so bright. So not something she does if she doesn't have to because it's so noticeable, but now is the moment. There's a lighting crisis and she's here to help. And her name is Beam.
Beam.
Yeah.
So Beam
sprints out the back of the theater to figure out what's going on. Yeah.
All right. You see
Sam
the
is just
scene
laying
before
under.
you. Yeah, and Calm is underneath this chandelier that's been summoned. Krissa is standing in the center of the lobby with a Phantom of the Opera mask on, facing down against Incandescent and as yet untransformed to Jamie. Jamie, how are you doing?
The show's going on.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm trying to find inspiration for what she looks like transformed.
Ooh.
I could buy you time. Calm is laying underneath the chandelier. Just kind of like, I thought it would be fine. And then this happened. So I don't know if it's gonna be fine anymore.
Ooh.
I'm sure everyone else will be fine, but I don't know that I can actually help. Like maybe I'm not really good at acting or whatever.
Can I lean down and use deep understanding to try to do a motivational speech for Colin?
Deep understanding. What is
Like,
deep understanding?
Are you with
it's
me
my
right now?
move. I mean, I'm in the room. Like, I could easily.
Yeah,
kneel
Sorry,
everyone's in
down.
the
where
lobby
am
now.
I? Everyone's in the lobby. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But John, tell me about deep understanding and what you're trying to do with it.
So, as I understand, so deep understanding as sadness, I chose this because it kind of taps in to universal truths, and I'm transformed in sadness because it's not just sadness you wallow in. It's sadness that makes you better. It's sadness that connects you to people. It's sadness that creates community, much in the way community theater does when it's done well. And so, really, this is a way to say, you know what? Maybe we're not okay, and that's fine. Maybe we're okay, and that's fine. But what's not fine is the chandelier on you. So one thing at a time, and we can work it out, and we can work it out together. No one's going to take Phantom of the Opera from us, especially not someone in a non-period approved costume.
I didn't study lines for that play. I've been doing Mamma Mia this whole time. Jamie's gonna kill me.
Use that. Use that. Use that. Jamie's going to kill you to get out from underneath the chandelier.
Do I roll something or do you roll something? Like what? How does this
I
work
don't
mechanically?
know. I'm trying to do the
What's
deep
it called?
understanding, but it's called deep
Oh,
understanding.
deep understanding. Okay, I'll check.
I don't even
Thank
know if I
you.
used it properly, to be perfectly honest. I'm just trying to get you out from under the
Okay,
chandelier.
your
That's all
connection
I
with
want
the
to
harder
do.
moments in life makes you more in touch with other people's motivations. You always have +1 when you try to touch their hearts. So the move you're trying to do is touch their hearts, and you get a +1 to that roll.
Great.
So touch their heart is trying to redeem a villain.
That's not going to work here.
But if you want to try, we can do this together. And on the subset, you can do this. You can try and roll to encourage Sam, but I don't think you would be able to use that particular move unless you would like to switch to touch their heart and redeem this villain.
I am focused on getting the chandelier off of Sam right now. So that
You
is
also have beam running up to fix the lighting problem, which is
yes,
Yeah,
but
me
the
in this
lighting
chandelier.
problem is currently crushing you, like the iceberg
little
crushed
bit of a
Leonardo
problem.
DiCaprio. Unless it's an illusion that isn't actually there physically, but I feel like it's there physically because you're pinned underneath it. So right now, I'm just trying to get you out from underneath the chandelier. That's the important thing to me right now. So whatever I need to do to accomplish talking you into a better mood so that you can get out from underneath the chandelier, that's my goal.
Yeah, roll plus emotional for that then.
What is my plus emotional? I just have to look. Oh, good. That's great. Oh, I got a 10. I didn't have any bonuses in it, but I rolled a straight
Yay!
10.
So, let me double check to see if your relationship is, I think, cooperative.
Yeah, the only person I'm competitive with is Quinn, and it's like a friendly competition. It's not like
since
anger
you are cooperative, not only does Sam gain +1 to their next roll, but you also, as you're like feeling really good about like lifting up this up and coming cast member. Actually, you don't know that it's Sam. As you're lifting up this really chill person you've never seen before.
It's truly like Steven Universe.
Oh my god. They do have like I think it's called like Gemstone or something expansion to Glitter Hearts that's like clearly Steven Universe. It's great.
So good. It's so good.
It's also optional rules that I saw that is Power Rangers.
Oh yeah. Like they know what they're about and I love it.
I'm here for it.
Okay, but
So-
I need the Totally Spies expansion. That's what I need.
Whoa.
I'll
Yeah.
make you that
Yeah.
in the Savage World. I'll make that for you in the Savage World universe because I have the Adventures pack. But let's get you out from underneath the chandelier, shall we? Let's make that happen.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have to do something to do this?
You are currently, I'm gonna say that to get out from underneath the chandelier, you're gonna have to believe in yourself.
I'm
So
self-doubting still.
yeah, I know. That's why it's difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
So please roll plus persona to be like, yeah, I got this.
And I gave you a plus
right.
one to that roll too. So
Yes. So it does cancel out your self-doubt. It's
That
not
is
a settlement.
a 10 on the die plus 1 is 11.
Oh yeah. So you are like, I can't absolutely get out of the way, and you just push the
Yeah.
chandelier, which swings back into position, weirdly in the center of this
You're right.
lobby.
Sometimes things don't work out, but that doesn't mean it's bad forever.
You go calm.
I like the cut of your jib. I like the cut of your Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Calm looks and makes sure everything's buttoned and zipped and like it's like a cool. Do we see Bright like walking in or Beam? Sorry, Beam
Yeah.
walking
How do
in?
y'all respond to Beam?
I have a low mental. Can I roll to see if I make the connection between the paper and lights and Quinn? Because I feel like of
She walked
everyone.
into the room as herself and then transformed.
Oh, amazing! Never
Yeah,
mind. I'm like,
But she did say she
yeah.
has low mental, so she was put under a chandelier. So.
I was under the chandelier, so I don't know that I saw that part.
Fair.
All right, let's see.
We're just here to. I hope everyone's having a good time. We're just here to entertain.
That's a 7 on the dice. Do I add mental?
Yep.
Cool. That's a 6.
You're like, who is this stranger? And also they probably do hate me because I do suck so much. Oh no. Like you're just like in another spiral.
Yeah, like, oh no, they saw me do this.
Oh no.
And now
Oh,
they don't think I'm
no.
cool. My greatest weakness.
Yeah, I think Beam runs in just in time to see the chandelier reset, and she's like, flashbacks to Phantom. Oh, everything's fine. I guess it's not a catastrophe. And then she will use Flash to engage Krissa, and she's going to
Alright.
use her laser beam, which is a ranged attack, essentially.
All right. Roll, I think plus physical still for a ranged attack.
Is it?
Oh no! What am I
dynamite?
dice?
Is it dynamite with the laser beam? Guaranteed to blow your mind anytime.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's the
that's
jukebox musical we need.
Oh yeah, we will rock you. That's a threat and a promise.
Mm-hmm.
okay. That is a 10 plus 1 for an 11, and
Ooh.
so that means I get to choose an extra effect. So that is
Oh, you got it.
yeah. So the base weapon for my ranged is 2 damage, and then plus my physical is 3 damage total. And then I am going to choose 1 extra effect. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, are they like grappling with?
They have let go of Jamie.
Okay. Then I think I'm just going to position them where I want them, and I'm going to push them out the front door of the theater.
Oh,
Like I
dang.
just like a giant spotlight of laser energy that just shoots forward towards them and pushes them right out the front door.
So
The
yeah, they have been
perfect one.
pushed out the front door, and I think the only one of our heroes who has not yet made a move would be Jamie. You've seen all of this going down. What are
Mhm.
you going to do?
She takes a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
reaches into her jackets in her pocket, pulls out the first card, just kind of flips it into the air, and it comes to hover, and it's the magician,
Subtle.
and it hangs there for a moment, and then the rest of the cards all join it in like this swirling vortex around her, and shadows seem to trail behind each card until they all come together into one card directly on her chest and then fade because no. But when the shadows clear, um she is in, well, it's a pure black costume basically, but it's like a long dress, long black gloves, and a dark veil, and the veil is held down by chains and with a crescent moon,
Sick.
and her outer, what would that be? Not a cape, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Has a like a purple shimmer to it, and you see like it's studded with like, it looks like stars. And she flicks it behind her as she stalks out the front door. And as she is looking at Krissa, you will not interrupt my performance. You can run back and tell little Miss Rose that I'm going to cut off all of her thorns.
I want to call you Sakura because you're a card captor.
And her moniker is Nyx, because of course it is.
Oh my god, yeah, of course.
It has to be. Either Nyx or Nox, but Nyx is what she goes by.
So are
the Nox
you?
would have been
Is
great.
this
She's
a
just-
flavor thing? Or are you trying to
Well-
make a move and actually convince Krista to go back?
Yeah, she's trying to cow her into submission and make her. She's trying to instill the fear of God into her.
All right. Roll plus emotional.
Oh no. Not one of my good ones. I'm gonna be relying on that +1 forward.
I think you. Yeah, I was gonna say you have a +1.
Thank God for that +1 because that makes it a 7.
All right. So they'll do it, but only if you promise her something equal in return. So she looks at you and says, I am here for the prestige. I am not interested in your little show or putting a stop to it. But Rose can get me what I want. Why should I do what you say?
I'm going to use my warrior move, I'm your opponent, to pull focus. And I want to use deep understanding to try to connect with Krissa, to just enforce that she doesn't have to be with Rose to get her way.
I think we still have to resolve Ava's
We do
thing
need to
first.
Oh, we have
resolve.
to resolve that? Okay.
Yes.
I'm
So
not sure
she
about that
will
one.
do it if you can convince her, but if not, it's out. And then if it is out, we would then make that move for incandescence.
Okay.
And you said Nyx is
Yeah.
Jamie's.
So you hear her sigh, and the veil flutters slightly. You want prestige. Fine. I'll make you the lead in my next play. And it will be made into a movie. And you'll be the lead. You have decent.
I suppose if you'll give me what I want, I have no need to follow Rose's orders anymore. Why would you do such a thing?
Because she tried to mess with my performance, and if I can steal someone out from under her in the process, all the better.
Interesting. I will do it. I do have a few demands about the songs that will be placed in your next musical. And she removes the mask and starts like listing all of these things. And does not seem to be in a combative mood, which is great because Papa just poked his head out and was like, "Y'all good?"
She's gonna
Love
like waves.
Papa.
Closes the door. So it seems that a deal has been made, but perhaps there are selfish terms in it for Krissa. Cassidy, what did you want to do?
Well, because I am transformed, and it seems like this has had it's not a positive ending because now there's going to be a diva, but that can always be dealt with. I know we're in a group thing, but with the character I built, is there a way that I could go and talk to Rose?
Yeah, we can like soft transform now that like the threat of the powerful being, which was Krissa, is like all she wanted was a stage, and now she's been offered a stage.
We get that a lot. So
yeah. Rose is still out there, so
You should have
I'm
shown up for
imagining
tryouts.
that Calm either transforms back or gets someone else to go on as the show continues.
I'm not gonna let Jamie down. I'm going back on that stage.
Oh yeah.
You better.
or the Waterloo remix that ends the show. It starts with
Oh, of
Waterloo and
course.
ends with
I
Waterloo.
do forget to transform back though.
That's great.
That's
Wait, so
fantastic.
are you wearing your Mamma Mia
So long
costume
as
on
you're in
top of your
costume.
transformation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's amazing. The audience is like, there's been a lot of weird things happening in this show anyway, like the water and Waterloo, like what even was that? What was that weird like thing happening that ended up going in the lobby? Also, the moves were backwards. So like a weird costume transformation and like, oh, I guess there's a fourth dad. Who's
I
like
love
the
the
brother
idea.
of the other dad or the sibling of the other dad.
I love the idea of the audience thinking everyone else got the moves wrong, and that Sam was the only one that learned them right. That because they're so popular.
That's what
So
that
great.
one kid who's now sitting in a chair full of hot tamales thinks.
Oh, someone's got to clean that up.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be him.
So funny.
Speaking of hot tamales, I'm excited to see which hot tamale won this giveaway.
Okay, that was a good one. That was good. That was solid.
worth the wait.
All
Yep,
right.
get your last minute entries in now.
Last minute entries as we do this epilogue with Cassidy and Rose, and then our tech will announce the winner of this absolutely delicious. I am going to cheer myself because I would like to win very much.
Whatever it takes, really.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day.
Everyone is motivated. There's
I mean, Rice Krispie treats, gingerbread cake, pretty much anything except for that super expensive $100 Ina Garten white chocolate Christmas bark with like dried apricots. Like literally anything else. It's not the $100 thing because that's a lot to spend on dried fruit.
Yes.
In this economy.
But Incandescence, are you staying in that form as you go to speak with Rose?
I am. I'm used to divas. I'm not used to someone trying to destroy essentially the theater system. At my heart, sadness is about the idea of fairness and community. And so I really did want to use deep understanding to remind Rose that what she's trying to destroy is a sense of community. And if you destroy that, you're not going to have a stage to perform on anymore either. And like, then all of Empire City is going to be without theater. And where would you go to do cabaret then?
All right. That's beautiful. I think this is the move touched their heart, but with your special take on it, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes, my special take is called Deep Understanding, which gives a +1 touch their hearts. So.
All right. Make this final roll.
All right. Heart of the cards, heart of the dice. All right. And that's going to be a 9. Yes, if I can do math. That's going to be a 9 because I can do math.
So the next action against Rose will gain a +1. So they have she has
Ooh.
not seen the error of her ways. But you can so she says, well, if I control who sings and dances, then I get the power of the theater, and theater will live on in Empire City the way I want it to.
I saw you casting cabaret. I don't think that's as good a deal as you think it is, but we'll see how that happens. If you do it wrong, your eternal punishment is nothing but cats. Just think about that. Think about how much you want to perform cats over and over again.
You can, with your +1 forward, try to roll a convince someone after there was middling success on the touch their hearts.
No, because I've rolled really well, so I'd roll like a 2, and I don't want to risk that.
That's fair enough. So the team has transformed and come together. The show has gone on. The audience is enraptured. William wants to sign up to be one of the boys in Peter Pan. Or not William, Oliver. Yeah.
His brother William wants to be in Peter Pan as well. The whole family. Dad's like, I could play Mr. Darling. That'd be fine. You know, it's gonna be great.
We do it for love. We do it for community. We do it for family.
And who is no longer working for the Bomont Bunch, who are at a sort of tentative truce until next time. What are your sort of the like end screen moments as the credits roll for each of your characters?
Mamma Mia!
Beautiful. And still in calm, as calm in costume.
Yes, standing ovation. I was like, we do this for Jamie.
Any other character moments?
Yeah, I think you just see Quinn out of transformation, back watching the lighting assistant, and just claps a hand on their shoulder as the final curtain closes and says, that was fantastic. And then she speaks into the mic, great job, everyone, great show.
And I think we see Jamie as she takes Krissa, like they go around the back, and like as they're walking between one scene and the next, you know, she's in costume and then they round the corner and it's her everyday dress. And then they come in through the back and they're talking contracts. So she's just sitting with her in the office, going over demands.
Sam's gonna be heartbroken that they're not offered the lead in this.
Sam will have to come to terms with some things. Are there any other final thoughts before we go to tech with the giveaway?
So I have a fridge full of junior mint boxes in the dressing thing, and my post-show ritual is watching Batman Returns, no matter what time of year it is. So me and the Bimbettes are just like eating frozen junior mints and watching Batman Returns. For anyone in the company that wishes to join in the post-show shenanigans, because I'm backstage, so I don't tell people good night. I don't do bows. I just do Batman Returns.
That's all you need, really.
I mean, that's all you need. Like Michelle Pfeiffer and like vinyl latex with the whip. That's all you need.
She's so scary.
So good. Scary is good. Scary comes
I
from a place that you
listen.
can heal from. The psychology of sadness.
It all comes together.
We're all in this together, just like in
Did
High
I
School
win the
Musical.
goods?
Yes,
Talk
we
to me,
need,
Thomas.
We need to know,
We need
Thomas.
to know.
Drum rolls. The winner
I mean,
is
yeah, Isabeth.
Oh,
Congratulations.
yay! And
Aw.
I'll see her later during my Power Ranger stream, and
And
That
I'll
is
see you
awesome.
later to steal your baked goods.
and anyone listening in will also see Isabeth. She will be GMing something called Blades in the Dark in the overnight hours,
Ooh,
and that has a very like Assassin's Creed film noir shadowy alley
yeah.
thing. And right after this, I believe, is Misspent Youth, which is that dystopian protest game that we helped
It's a great
do the
game.
Kickstarter for. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Heck
really
yeah.
cool. I'm super excited to get my copy when everything gets fulfilled.
So good.
I can't
It'll be
wait.
so fulfilling. I'll be so fulfilled.
And one of my
Speaking of
settings is
fulfilling.
gonna be in it.
Really?
I was one of the writers. I wrote one
How
of the
did I
settings.
not know
Yeah.
this? That rules.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Cliff does with it for the actual, because that there will be basically a first episode written for each of the, I think 5 settings
Ooh,
that we
yeah.
did. Mine was my setting was it's fantasy, because everybody, a lot of people went with cyberpunk-ish or
Shocking.
yeah, right. So I went fantasy. It's called the City of Gods, where you're
Amazing.
rebelling against the gods.
Great
And it's
Steve.
great.
I think City of God was it was a musical. I don't think it's Stephen Schwartz, but it was in the Children of Eden era. City of God reminds me of a musical that I think exists. But
There's
yeah.
probably many things called City of Gods.
Speaking of segues, you should also check out the Cuddlesworth Clockwork Circus Kickstarter.
It's true.
I dropped the link in the chat. It's one of the many things we're excited about here at REM.
And if you like the universe, we're ending the Stream-A-thon with our usual Sunday night Clockwork Work shenanigans, which happen at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm not saying you should stick around all day, but I think you should stick around all day and into tomorrow. Just stay up with us. Just 48 hours of entertainment and joy and heroes and
God.
villains and
36. It's
stabbing.
only 36. It is not
36.
48.
It'll feel
'Cause
like
it's from
48 and we're done.
11
Oh,
a.m.
that I
Saturday
believe.
to 11 p.m. Sunday. 36.
I don't know time. I'm not a scientist. I'm just here. I'm just here to write and be pretty.
Yeah, we
Cool.
decided 48 would be just a bit too much.
Thanks for
Ooh,
coming to our
36
show of
though?
7 candles.
Well, 36 fits perfectly with
16
bookend with our
candles?
regular shows.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
72, too
Okay.
many candles.
A lot of candles.
Our
A fire
musical.
hazard's worth of
All you good, Max?
Too many cooks. It's like too many cooks.
Too many cooks?
Mhm. Well, thank you all so much for playing. You are all fantastic. I am curious. We do have about like 5-ish minutes left before we go to our next break before Misspent Youth will be playing. I am curious, either one thing you super enjoyed about today or how your character and their journey might have changed from their initial plans, just so people can sort of see into the mind of being a player at one of these things.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know that I came in with any plans for Jamie.
Mhm.
She pretty much fit what I had determined at the beginning, which was this was her baby. And she wasn't going to let anybody ruin it. But Sam, I had to deal with as lead.
It was great. Standing
yeah.
ovation.
That was not Jamie's choice.
Yeah.
But I mean I've played Powered by the Apocalypse systems before, so I know how it plays, and this was super fun. It was
Yay.
everything.
The dynamic
you were
worked out
great.
so well with all of these characters. It was so fun to watch it unfold.
yeah, it was really fun. This is outing myself a little bit as unprepared, maybe. But I had written my bio earlier today, and I just threw in paper mache as like, I don't know, what's a weird hobby someone could have. And I hadn't thought about my magical item, and I hadn't thought about what I looked like transformed. And so when it not only came up while we were playing, just like as a side thing with the tissue paper bit, then I was like, oh no, magical item. Okay, it's gonna be a binder because Sam said binder and it's a different type of binder, and that's funny. And then I was like, wait a minute, it could. And then when I was describing the transformation was the first time that I was like, this is what it is. So that was very fun.
So good.
You say you were unprepared. I forgot the name of my character. And had to ask right before this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was very fun to discover in the moment.
You did incredible, especially for, I think this is like your first Rem one shot, if I heard correctly earlier. You were on it. You, prepared or not, you made an awesome character. The transformation was so on point. You were great.
Thank you so much. I'm just stoked to be here. Let me play any and all RPGs, please, forever.
Yes.
Oh, don't let them hear you say that. Oh,
Forever. All of
You'll
them.
become the new Chris.
No, I'm still on my way to becoming the new Chris.
Okay, yeah, get in line to become the new
I'm
Chris.
a recovered new Chris.
I'm 7th in line for new Chris.
So something interesting about Powered by the Apocalypse about Glitter Hearts as a system is I found in creating a character there were almost too many choices, where things felt a little more finite with like D&D or Savage Worlds. It was actually harder to create a character in Powered by the Apocalypse, not just because of an unfamiliar rule set, but just because for specifically this, there were just way too many options. And for a person like me that makes a list, it was really interesting in being like, this is my character, and I'm going full on, Sailor Saturn with kind of that really going into using darkness and sadness in a positive way. And so it was interesting to feel, instead of uninhibited, to feel inhibited by having too much choice, and by how I don't know if the other versions of Powered by Apocalypse have that kind of mechanic where creating a character just feels so expansive, but like
no.
I like so something about this is that basically all these dice rolls were 2d6. So once you understand the mechanic, it's pretty easy, but building the character for me is what tripped me up a little bit, just because there was too much. But mechanically, it's even easier than the Power Rangers because everything for them is d20 plus your specialization. But here it's just 2d6 straight plus whatever you build for persona and mental and something like that. So this seems like it'd be something that, depending upon which version of it you get, you could probably pick up easily in a night with friends while you're having a little libation, as we call it. And if you love Sailor Moon, you can go full on like Queen Barrow with the cleavage and the weird crystal ball thing in the Antarctic, because Sailor Moon is always my entry point for a magical girl transformation. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Cardcaptor Sakura, but like, come on, always can be Sailor Moon.
I knew Sam was going to be in this role, having not done literally anything to earn or deserve it. As like the star of the show, like just desperate for more people. Sam could play Sam. It was just like I think the casting director was just super stressed. And Sam is one of those people who's like super popular and just kind of navigates life that way. It was just, I think I leaned so much more into that than I thought I would, mostly because of the way it was hilarious of the dynamic of one, Bex and John just knowing so much about musical theater. And so to play the opposite of that and make them in real life just so frustrated made me very happy.
I love that you were like the garnet to our pearl and amethyst. I really, I love that. I felt it in my soul, and I was okay with it. So,
yeah,
I think
I showed up.
Bex is definitely the pearl in this scenario. I'm definitely the amethyst.
Yeah, I was definitely like, oh, I'm just gonna bug Ava's character forever, and it really ended up not being that way. It's like everyone else but Ava.
Oh no, you were bugging Jamie.
Well, yeah. But it was gonna be way more targeted, and then it switched. Yeah, it was great.
By the way, Isabeth is saying she's so freaking excited about winning, having won the baked good.
Yeah.
Don't
You
worry.
stole it from all of us, Isabeth.
I'll tell John what your address is.
Oh yeah. Derica's got it.
How strange! I thought you said your address was here. I sent them out that way. Oh well.
Well,
With the post office the way it is. Yeah, with the post office the way it is, who knows when it may arrive at Christmas? We'll find out.
Jackie, what was your favorite part before we go to?
Oh my gosh.
What commercial?
My favorite part was like, it was actually at the very beginning where I was like, okay, I've got this pizza joint, I've got these random NPCs, I have this thing that comes in. I don't know how I'm gonna get from the like program to the confrontation. Is it gonna be awkward? And you all were just like, here's our dynamic, here's our banter. And I was just like, oh, this is gonna be great. It felt so good to immediately know that y'all were on it.
Solid. You did great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were great.
This was so fun.
Yeah, this was amazing.
I am very glad. Well, on that kind and wonderful note, which feels appropriate for Glitter Hearts.
Wait, before
go for it.
we end, I want to let everyone know they should stick around, because if they want to hear more about City of Gods, it might be a really good idea to stick around for the Misspent News stream. And I won't say why, but if Ava's writing or Ava's work has intrigued you, stick around.
I think
that
promise
is actually
we'll be playing in that setting. I'm not actually sure which one we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't even know.
I just if you're intrigued by Ava's writing, you should stick around. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If I could wink, but the Botox makes that impossible. So.
And I am gonna go to bed because someone's making me play at 2 a.m. Central.
You get to play a Power Ranger, and I am very jealous, even though I'm running it. It'll be a good time. You'll have a good time. You'll save Santa. It'll feel good.
Yeah, it'll feel good.
It'll feel good.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks to all of you for joining. Thanks to people
Chris
for
is
tuning
playing.
in. We're gonna take a break, but then we will be back for Misspent Youth later on this evening. Stick around.
Bye, everyone.